Jesus, I found my light. With Jesus by my side, I conquer every fight. Walking in faith, I won't be afraid. His love surrounds me, my fears will fade. Hope is my anchor, love is my guide. With Jesus I'll overcome, I'll never hide. A warrior of strength, in His name I rise. In a world of chaos, His love never dies.
She's an award-winning author, speaker, owner of GodlyGranny.com, and podcast host, sharing the truth with you. This is the Michelle Moore Show.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad that you're with us today. It is a fun day. We have a lot of things going on for today. I just want to tell you all that I had asked producer Ron to pray for Eve and me and you, the viewers. And I just want you to know, I was reminded as he was praying that, our heart is that you get true, genuine, tangible, y'all know I love that word, tangible help with your health. And that, and your fur baby's health. I've been on the phone this morning with Steve Jarvis, and he's helping me with something that's going on with Flash Moore. We will be talking about that in the future, but we're going to see how this goes first and what's going on. And we're going to give you the details. Don't worry about Flash, but it's just the team that we have of people that are working so hard to help you guys is just amazing. And so, but just the heart and the prayer that producer Ron, was praying just reminded me, of why we work so hard to make a difference and to help you so that then you can focus on, really the God-given purposes. I believe there are many, many purposes. People, I don't know what my purpose is. We have many purposes. Each of us do. Some are shared with other people. And then we're all called to share the word of our testimony, right? So that's like a purpose. We're to encourage one another. That's a purpose that we all have, that God has said, hey, share the word, and that in itself with one another. And so, but we have other purposes, and we all have our own individual purposes as well. I taught this in leadership school or class when I was in church years ago, and taught a leadership class. And this is one of the things that I talked about was your purposes. And so a lot of people somehow think they only have one purpose, and God can do a whole lot more than just one thing with you. And but as we know with the lady in the bed that y'all know I love to talk about, she was in her flannel pajamas, and he said, this is how the enemy works to get you fed up and beat down. So and poison from the land, the food, the air, and the water, which, by the way, is confirmation that we're being poisoned. That word confirmed to me. We know it. But anyways, and so from the land, the food, the air, and the water. And he said, but I'm going to use you. I'm going to use you to help bring healing to my people, to my children. And then quite a few months ago, he showed me about that word and said, the people that are not my children are not worried about fulfilling the plans and purposes for which they were created, my plans and purposes for which I created them. And so I thought, oh, that's so good. That was so good. Only the Holy Spirit could reveal such a thing. And that makes so much sense. And so anyways, okay. Yes, we have 18 new releases plus, as producer Ron likes to call it, Godly Granny's Booty Boot Camp, but it's Beauty Boot Camp. He misspoke. And so I told him he's going to be hearing about this for the next few months, that I'm going to be teasing him for months now. And so anyways, but it was a slip of the tongue. It was funny. Booty Boot Camp. No, we're not lifting weights, and we're not going to be doing lunges. I promise y'all. And so anyways, but it was funny. All right. So I told you a couple of days ago that we were going to be releasing the Beauty Boot Camp tickets. So let's go on ahead and bring Eve in, and I want to talk with her. Let's show also. Hi, Eve. How are you?
Hello. Just so everybody knows, I really do use Godly Granny products. I'm rubbing this in as we speak. First and foremost, I have to hats off to you at how pure you are, that you would think Booty Boot Camp had anything to do with lunches. You're a lot more sanctified than I am, and I know, Ron, and I know that was a slip of the tongue. But as a Christian, I just have to say, out of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Okay. All right. So Poor Ron. Poor Ron. He's going to be teased so much. But anyways, okay. Between you and Steve Jarvis, it's really hard keeping y'all tame and brought in. But I want to show you guys about the beauty boot camp. So Godly Granny's first ever beauty boot camp. I do want to say that the reason why we did this is because of you guys. I told you before, we listen. I listen. I take it very seriously. If I see something in the chat, if you all send me an email, all different kinds of things, I really do try to make sure that you are heard, whether it's your favorite scent, all of that kind of stuff. All of that does weigh on my mind when making decisions about different things with the company, because the company and the products are for you. And so why not do what you say you love? So let's look at some of these parts and sections of this flyer. So the Godly Granny, all day, lunch is included. It's $97. It is in Hendersonville, Tennessee. The venue is absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be October the 3rd, 2026 from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. We will be having lunch there provided. So that's part of your $97. You'll have lunch and snacks and all of that kind of stuff. And so we're very excited with all of this going on. Obviously, we're going to be talking about faith, beauty, wellness, all of it. We're going to be talking about a number of things. And so look at this. Eve will be talking the great American health and beauty hijacking and how to fix it, living life as close to nature with clean ingredients as possible. And then Jocelyn, our certified esthetician, and by then she will be my daughter-in-love. Right now, she's just my future daughter-in-love, but she will be marrying my son at the beginning of September. But only God would give me an esthetician as a daughter-in-law. You know that, Eve, right? Beauty tips, skincare secrets, and self-care made simple, practical help to build or to bring out your natural God-given radiance. She and I have been talking about all different kinds of things when it comes to what I feel like women need to know versus what women know, and what they don't know. And so we've been really talking a lot about that. She has so many, you know how it is, Eve, when you have something that comes to you naturally and you have a God-given gift or a talent, you just think everybody else, you don't recognize because it comes to you so easy. And I think that's going on with Eve or with Jocelyn a little bit. She's so good and understands the skin and all the stuff. And she went to beauty school, is what we call it, which is her cosmetology school, for almost a year. Like, they put you through it. And so, but she's so good at all that. She can do makeup and she's just naturally talented. And I told her, I said, just because you know this doesn't mean that 50, 60, and 70 40, year old women know these things, 30-year-olds. And so anyways, so the Godly Granny experience is going to include faith and fellowship. It's a gorgeous venue, all natural products. We're going to be talking about all the ingredients, all different kinds of stuff, clean refreshments. We're going to have lunch there as well. Bamboo toilet paper. I thought that was funny. Well, what's funny is that when I was there meeting with the venue owner, I said, look, I'm going to have to change out your soaps and your toilet paper and the paper towels. Are you okay with that? And he said, yes, because at the Granny Shack and at our home, we have only clean toilet paper, clean paper towels, clean tissues, all that. So anyways, and of course, our, hand soaps and all that kind of stuff. That is why, like, look, ladies, this is no detail is too small. We are limiting when you go to buy tickets, we are limiting where you cannot buy more than 4. And so tickets per person. And so we do want to let you know that as well. It is a small venue and we kept it that way. And one of the things we talked about is because some conversations are just better around a small table. Also, we want it to be very meaningful, very informational, transparent. And I will tell you that one of my biggest goals is that not only do you get to, meet people that maybe are in the chat every day and you go, I said, I think we're going to have to go around and not only introduce ourselves, but say our usernames, because I think people will know each other and not realize it if we don't. But anyways, we're going to do a session. We're going to do a Q&A session too with Jocelyn, Eve, and myself at the end. Braylon will be, it's planned that Braylon will also be speaking and sharing, which she runs the Granny Shack. And so I asked her yesterday, told her the download that I got from the Holy Spirit, and asked her to pray about the specifics. But I'm very excited about that as well. And so y'all are going to love Braylon. She is precious as well, just so talented and gifted, and loves the Lord. So we've got such a great team. And so even though we have, some men that work as well, like Flash Moore and producer Ron, it's only women, because we want it to be where we can talk about everything from vaginal dryness to, whatever else. So for those of you that have,
or lack thereof.
yeah, there's no telling with Eve what's going to be said. So here's the thing. So, and she's not on a, Lord only knows. So here's the thing. So if you have a daughter and your daughter is 10, she's not going to know about these things. And I want the attendees to feel comfortable being able to ask about those things. So it's probably not going to be the venue for young teenage girls. So just want to make sure that everybody is prepared and aware. Okay. All right. Let's talk about how to get your tickets. You can go to godlygranny.com and you can put in the search bar, beauty boot camp. Okay. And it will come up. Or you can go to the very bottom, and under more info, the very first thing will say Beauty Boot Camp, and producer Ron has all that for you. So you pay the $97. There's some hotel information. There's 3 area hotels with phone numbers, all of that for you. So don't know about booking, don't know what's available, what's not, but that's a place for you to be able to start. And so we've done as much as we can for you. And we can't wait to see you there, ladies. It's going to be very exciting. So when the tickets are gone, the tickets are gone. It is a small venue. Tanya Jones says, wow, the flyer is beautiful. Michelle is beautiful too. Thank you, Tanya. I saw your social media post, girl, doing an amazing job. Christ Believer said, new tags with usernames and real names. I know, right? But I have a really great networking thing we're going to do at the very beginning. I'm really excited about. So I did it years ago, and we're going to do it. I remembered it and thought, oh, this will be so good. Sounds so good. This camp can be done by Zoom. No Zoom, unfortunately. But again, this goes back to, just it's a small venue, a small event, and we want everybody to feel comfortable. And it's just going to have that intimate feeling, because part of it is because of, we want you to be comfortable to be able to ask and say what you want to say. And so we just booked the professional photographer. So all of that is done. Like, we are rocking and rolling. I'm very excited. So, like my professional headshots with my hair curly and all that lady is going to be doing the venue shots. She specializes in those kind of shots, but then also she specializes in women's events, come to find out. So I'm so excited. Kazadu says, yay, I just bought my ticket. I'm excited. Tanis says, just bought my ticket. So very excited. Tanis, I saw during the show that you're new to the chat on Rumble. So welcome to the Michelle family, sweetheart. I don't know if you're new to the Michelle Moore show and the Michelle family, but you're being on the Rumble chat. That'll be fun. So anyways, because that's where the party's at, y'all. Okay, so Eve has been working very hard with me as well. And producer Ron, he's been to the hotels, getting all the information, helping me. And so Braylon and Jocelyn went with me to see the venue. And all of that. So we're all involved, all working toward this. And so, Eve, what would you like to say about what to expect, or just what would you like to say about the beauty boot camp?
Well, I don't know who Grammy 114B7G is, but she was the first one to pop up. I want you to find me when you get there, because I'm going to be bringing, and I'm sure Michelle will let me, a sample from Michelle to you, because you were the first one to hop on. I am super excited. Let me tell you why. She goes, well, if you had to tell everybody, what that you're excited about specifically, other than just getting up there and saying, I'm excited that I'm coming. I'm like, I can't be told what I can and can't say there, except for Michelle, and she's given up. We can't be censored. We can't be taken off platform. You can ask me anything you want to. And if it's medical advice, I can't give medical advice, especially in a recording. Come see me.
All right. Well, I just appreciate you. And y'all, Eve is so creative, anyways, as you know. I'm not telling anything new. I'm already blown away by the ideas and the generosity that she has been coming up with so much stuff that's just so out of the just creative and out of the box to help you learn and to take away and to think. And so this is also, we're believers. This is a thing. And so we want to make sure that you realize, like, if you're an atheist, this is probably not going to be the place for you.
Or
Because,
it is. Or
maybe
it still is.
I don't know. Maybe we
That's
start.
annoying, bull. Might have
I
some
don't know.
magnesium in it, but it'll get the job done.
Maybe we get a bucket and we get some water and we just start baptizing people. I don't know. So,
Thanks, guy.
can you baptize someone in skin silk?
Well, we're going to talk about hydration versus moisturization in just a minute.
That's right. Okay. All right. Sure. But I'm excited to meet you in person, sweetheart. And see, again, all these usernames, I can't wait. And so it's going to be
I just want to
great.
see what a kudzu looks like, because I come from the state that's nothing but kudzu. I'm excited.
Oh my word. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Oh my word. So yes. Okay. So the next thing is, I'm a little bit distracted because I see Kay Byerly 15. I'm thinking that's Kimberly. And Kimberly, I'm thinking you're the one that had the 2 boxes. I am not always the one that fixes all the issues. And so that had the shipping problems. But I know producer Ron and the team are on if that's you, where you got one package, didn't get the other. So I'm a little bit distracted by that, just thinking about you guys. All right. So Joe Fran Wood says, thank you for the samples. I received one with my order. If y'all only knew. Loved the Skin Silk Sugar Plum Face and Body Butter. Was wondering if we can buy the little sample bottles to share with friends and family. Oh, that's such a great idea. So here's what we're going to do. I don't know jars. Yeah. I know what you mean, sweetie. Okay. So I should have had this ready today. We're so close. It's not even funny. But it's been kind of crazy. So, because apparently a 20% off sale, y'all done gone buck wild. But anyways, I have never seen anything like it.
Terminator on my elbow.
Okay, so here's Joe Fran. So here's what we are doing though. Those are little half ounce. We are building a build your own bundle. And that bundle is where you can take any of the Skin Silk scrubs and any of the Skin Silk butters, and you pick 8 and you get to have your own little box of those 8. And they're going to be 1 ounce jars. What you got as a sample is a half ounce. But what we already have them. The jars have been purchased. They're already stuffed with all the parts and pieces. We got it all together. And so this is a thing that has been going on. And so we're getting ready to release that. And but it will be 8 little jars that are 1 ounce. So no, but we're close. And so the answer to your question is no, you can't buy a sample, but yes, you can get a smaller ones, and it'll come as an 8-pack. I hope that helps, Joe Fran. And so if it doesn't, let me know, and we may do something where you can buy a sample of some of those. Grammy says, my daughter has cranial surgery on Wednesday and was thrilled to have her Godly Granny Lime Salve at the hospital to put on her skin. She will have the other side of her brain done on July the 22nd. So yeah, Grammy, make sure we know how she's doing. I'm glad to hear. So she had it on this last one. So she had it on the last Wednesday, and then she has the other part done on July the 22nd.
The night before the surgery, not before midnight, if you've got any of the magnesium and the lime, put some on the bottom of her feet before midnight. She'll heal quicker.
Okay, there you go. Fly Girl 61 says, I'm so excited. Make sure her feet are clean though. And so Fly Girl 61 says, I'm so excited. I just bought my ticket and placed an order. I'll have to place another after seeing the new releases. LOL. Okay. If you just placed an order and you're going to place an order with the new, let me know, because I'll have producer Ron look at that and see if there's anything we can do on shipping, and refund you some of that shipping. WR Carr says, I just opened my box and I got my sample too. So excited to try. Let me tell you something. Eve, do you remember the first time we met and I said, I want samples? I buy things based off of samples. A lot of times I'll buy something and then I'll get a sample and love it more than what I bought. And
you
so
actually said trial sizes are my love language. That was your exact comment.
I did. It is. It's true. That's right. And so, anyways, so yes, this has been so much fun. It's been great. I say all the time to the girls, nobody's got better looking samples than Godly Granny, honey, because our samples are pretty. I bought one of those machines that makes your own labels. They're so cute. Cooper 2000 says, I just got my ticket. I'm so excited. I could hardly sleep thinking about it. I could hardly sleep too, girl. It's crazy. I could hardly sleep thinking about it. I want to meet you, Michelle, because a lot of us love you, and it's good to put your face to all of us, Lana. I'm so excited you're going to be there. And by the way, we'll be getting photos done professionally. Y'all are going to love Jessica. Jessica is so talented, and she is the photographer that's going to be there. It's her 17th anniversary. I don't know that she's a truther, but it's her 17th anniversary. And so she's going to leave after she gets a photo of Eve, me, and the girls for the panel. And so she'll leave after that, but she's going to be there most of the day, and she's going to eat lunch with us. WR Carr says, I just opened my box and I got a sample too. So excited to try it. Thank you. Yes, we've been putting them in there. And so literally hundreds of samples being made. I had a son yesterday who did samples for hours for us. Deborah L. West said, okay, I just did it. I registered for beauty boot camp, although I think it's beyond my time.
Girl, if you can add the cart, you're still on this side of the dirt. Me and you are good. We are good.
I'm not old, just older too, says, I definitely ordered sugar plum based on the sample. Honey, you ain't the only one. Okay, so this is what's happened. I understand that it's hard sometimes because you're taking a risk. You know, you might not like something, and so, a scent. And so that's why I decided to do it. And you guys are already, of course, loving Skin Silk anyways. And we're getting ready. I'll give you a little hint. We're getting ready to do samples on the Skin Silk scrubs. I already have them. Already got them. So we're just fixing to make them, but I've got the containers of it. I've already got the scrubs. And so we're going to be doing that as well. All right. Now let's talk business before we get into a couple of hot topic things that I wanted to I want to make sure we do some education, and then we're going to do the 18 new products. Okay. So Beauty Boot Camp at the bottom under more information, all the way down at the bottom. Or you can go to the very top, the search bar, and put in boot camp or beauty boot camp. Boot camp is one word, and you'll be able to find all the details and buy your ticket. Okay, so we've done that. You don't get 5% off of that, but all new releases today, you will be getting 5%. Believe you me, when you experience the beauty boot camp, $97. You just put a pin there, and when it's over, you'll understand why I said you're going to get that plus so much more back. Y'all don't even know. Y'all know my love language is gifts, right? So anyway, so we got plenty of surprises coming for those that are attending. It's going to be so much fun. All right. So I want to have another thing that I want to do, and that is reviews. And so we're not really getting a ton of reviews. And I told producer Ron that I think it's because everybody knows now when we do new releases that we also do a little something for those that leave reviews. So here's every 10th reviewer today. Producer Ron is going to be watching. We already know how many reviews we have on the website when we checked right before we went live today. And so for every 10th reviewer, you're going to get $25 in granny bucks. So there you go. That's going to be good. So $25. So here's why we ask you to leave reviews. A great review is something like, this was a problem for me. I got this product and this is how it helped me. This is how it took care of my pain, my problem, changed my life. Because then it helps people make an informed decision, and they see what a product could do, and maybe they have that same issue. Or they have that issue, but they're thinking about it for something else, and it just opens their eyes to how much that particular product could do. We're just really asking you to help us help other people. That's all we're asking. Help them make an informed decision and to take the risk of purchasing something that could potentially really make a big impact, a big intangible impact in their lives. So we're just asking you to help us help others. And every 10th reviewer, we even thank you by sending you a granny bucks, $25 granny bucks. You'll have it sometime tonight or in the morning in your email. So check your email. If we announce your name today during the show, you have to be watching live to qualify to win. Okay. When the show is over, it's over. But we'll announce some. Producer Ron will be watching. but just wanted to make sure that you knew that. Okay. So if you leave a review, the system automatically notifies us, and producer Ron is monitoring that. You don't have to do anything unless you win. And then if you win, email me at michelle@nashvillemichelle.com and make sure I have your first name, your last name, and your email address that you have on file with us, so that we know who you are and make sure that you get it. Okay. All right. $25 granny bucks. That's $25 that you can spend when you purchase your next Godly Granny order. Okay. All right. So that's every 10th one. We'll announce those throughout. When we get customer questions, sometimes it opens up conversations, and I think, we need to talk about this on the show the next time Eve is on, or the next time I think about it, or this or that. Because I just don't think people understand this or know this, and or I didn't know it. Probably a lot of other people don't know it. And so just different things come up. So today I've asked Eve to be prepared to talk about 2 different topics. Okay. The first one we're going to talk about is, what's the difference between hydration and moisturization? They're not the same thing. And so just like it's not the same thing to say naturally scented and unscented. I never thought about it until I started doing Godly Granny. And then we had to go back and change some of the products with blue-green algae, because we're not adding a scent, but it's naturally scented. It's not an unscented product. So it gets a little bit confusing at times, but blue-green algae smells like the ocean. And so anyway, so it's the same kind of thing. We want to make sure, maybe you never thought about it. And so we want to make sure you understand the difference. So Eve, take it away. The difference between hydration and moisturization, sweetheart.
This is a great show for this. I want to start out by saying I didn't even know until a decade or so ago there was a difference in hydration and moisturization. And then the more I talk with people, they've never heard it. One is water, one is oil. The body needs both. So let me give you some real facts and figures about it, and then we'll talk about how this crosses over into actual products we're launching today. So quick reference comparison. What it does, hydration, that's water. It raises the water content inside your skin cells. The problem it fixes, dehydration, lack of water, not moisture, water in the skin cells. How that makes the skin look and feel: tight, dull, dehydrated, deflated, dark, and may cause it to overproduce oil trying to self-correct. Ingredient types that we use are water and things to attract water. Those are called humectants. And when to apply early on damp skin. I want you to do it throughout the day if you want to. It's very important that you apply water on your body in the mornings. So please, even if you don't do a full beauty regimen in the morning, at least put water on your face in the morning. It's very important. Now let's talk about moisturization, which is oil. Oil seals the surface to stop water escaping. And when water escapes, you get wrinkles and sagging, okay? But you don't want it to seal nothing in there. You want it to seal water in there. Moisturization, the problem it fixes: dryness from a lack of oil and a weak skin biome or barrier. How the skin looks and feels when it doesn't have enough moisturization from oil: flaky, rough, easily irritated. Star ingredients that we use for hydration are things like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, and it's always vegetable glycerin, aloe vera, those types of things. Star ingredients when we're pulling in moisture through oil are things like ceramides, squalane. Now, squalane sounds like a chemical. It's not. It comes from different plants that we use. It's definitely plant-based, usually from avocado or coconut. Plant oils, shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter. Today, you're going to hear about botana oil and botana butter and kukui oil and kukui butter. Now, everybody else, Cabal uses petroleum there, just petroleum. We don't do that. When to apply: when you're using the oil base, if it's only oil base, you apply it after the water. So, key understanding: dehydration is a water problem. Wrinkles and sagging are a water problem. Oiliness is an oil problem. They're independent. Skin can be oily and dehydrated at the same time, and in fact often produces more oil to compensate when it's short on water. This is why people with oily skin don't know that they need an anti-aging, anti-wrinkle regimen. They don't know that. They think it's just automatically going to create more acne. It doesn't have to. That's why my skin is oily, so I'll skip the moisturizer, backfires. The missing piece is usually water, not less oil. How they work together, the sequence matters. Now, this is what I was explaining to Michelle earlier today. Cabal products. And by Cabal, I mean Revlon, I mean Almay, anything.
All the big names.
All the big names, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go to the trouble to have 2 to 3 phases while formulating a product. When we make a product, especially a beauty product, it's important that we have a water phase because oil and water don't mix, right? So everything that's water-based needs to be made in a base. Then everything that's oil-based needs to be made in a base, right? And then we have to put them together at very low heat and bind them. It's very similar to taking an herb and putting it in oil on your sink and letting it steep. It's very much an infusion process. Well, big box doesn't, I won't say big box, big pharma, Cabal, all those products, they're not going to go to the time, but not because while the time they're not making money. They're not going to go to the trouble because while it's trouble, they're not making money and they don't want you healthier. So they're not going to do that either. All of Godly Granny's products I think all of them, I can't think of an exception at this point. The tinctures, but we're going to have a few tinctures that's going to undo that. But only the tinctures, and you don't want that to at this point because a lot of you are going to put tinctures in your mouth, which is water-based, or in a drink, which is water-based. So we make sure that your body has enough of both. So this is a good time to explain the differences in serum and creams. People will say, you just want me to buy 2 products so you make serum and cream. No, even if they have similar ingredients, the order they go in, the phase they go in, the slight heat that they're melted to all matter. The length of the infusion matters. I have to get a certain amount of water ingredients into you and pull it into the skin with aloe vera and things like that, the humectant, before I drop all the oils on you, because that's going to stop transdermal moisture loss. And the great thing about it is we use humectants that keep pulling moisture, water from the atmosphere, from the environment into your skin 8 to 12 hours after you've used the product. So this is not something you're going to find in any other beauty line anywhere. They're just not going to go to the trouble. They're not going to go to the expense. They ask the wrong question every time, which is how can we pad our bottom line more? When the question we ask is how can we keep customers healthy enough and seeing tangible results quickly enough that they're going to live a long time and support us into the millennium if we're not already there. And, future generations, that's how you build generational wealth. You can let everybody live in your house till the cows come home, all the kids and the grandkids and all that. But if everybody's healthy, that's real generational wealth. And that's the difference in a product that is either just moisture or just hydration. Godly Granny is both.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Now we have one more. We have a number of pain products, okay, that help pain blend. So we've got the pain poultice, we got pain terminator, muscle warming pain gel, we've got magnesium boost pain blend, we've got the bath bombs, the foot fizzies, the this, the that, even the little mini sticks that are amazing. Okay, now when do you use which product? And so even I had this whole conversation about this because I think what my impression is that sometimes we get questions from our customers who are looking for hard and fast rules because we're used to pharmacare and all of what that entails. And so there's very like, oh, every 4 hours you take this and you do this way, or your right arm might fall off. In fact, you do it this way, your right arm still might fall off. So there's some of that going on because we're so ingrained to have some exact instructions and when do we do which thing and what. Okay. And I just want to remind you too, that even with all of this, think about how we tell you the concept of how we say, well, you can mix and blend your skincare items. So you can use a skincare item from a serum from one and a cream from another. Okay, because they're God's ingredients. It's food for the body. You'll hear us over and over say food for the body. So that concept you've already been exposed to, but now we're going to talk about it from a pain perspective instead of just skincare. So Eve, take it away.
Okay. I love it when people come and say, okay, do I need the Terminator? Do I need the deep tissue muscle relief? Do I need the warming muscle gel? Yes, and yes, and yes. Okay. So I can't tell you that if you have tennis elbow that you need the Terminator, although I know it'll help. Can't tell you that you don't need the deep tissue muscle relief over the Terminator, although it'll help. I can't tell you which to use. And here's why. All of the pain products approach pain and inflammation, and most pain is inflammation, whether you knew that or not, in a different way. So I don't have tennis elbow, even though I laugh when I say that, because I don't play tennis. I don't do anything that requires me getting off the couch because I have to work all the time. But I'm holding the computer like this all day. So it's the same thing. I prefer Terminator. If I do Terminator, I never have to take a Aleve or an Advil, and I don't want to take those, right? However, I've been doing Terminator so long that I know it would be a good idea for me to swap up to the deep tissue muscle relief. I just haven't gone to the trouble to bring one of those home from the factory. Now, it's very possible that when I do, I'll find that one works 20 seconds faster or 30 minutes longer, but it's still going to work. So the reason I tell you that is I can't say if it's your knee, put Terminator, and if it's your shoulder, put deep tissue muscle relief, and if it's your spine, do the warming muscle gel or the stick or all that. They're all going to help in their own way. The difference is not the product. The difference is the person using the product. So what works best for me may not work best for Michelle, which may not work best for Ron, which may not work best for you. So you do have to round robin and try them. The great thing is you can't go wrong because they all work. They just work differently. And you may love one and think nothing can beat it. And we are constantly raising the bar and looking how we can improve formulas. We never rest on our laurels. I don't do that. And she wouldn't let me if I tried to for a minute. So we're constantly going, how can we expand this? What else can this product do that they're already spending money on to help them with their budgets? You know, all of that's included. So there's not a right time or a wrong time or a right way or a wrong way to use any pain product. And it's completely fine to put them on top of each other at any time of day. And it's preferred to put the supercharger under any and or all of them to make them work quicker and last longer, or is in the spray to reactivate so that you're saving money and your products go further. So feel comfortable that you can't do anything wrong when it comes to Godly Granny. The only caveat to that being, please don't take more of a tincture than we instruct. We are so precise on that. I've never seen another company in the world tell you drop by drop, age by age. You know, we don't say take half a dropper or a full dropper or work up to 2 dropper. We are very specific. And the reason we do that is because these are uncut, completely pure, undiluted, in mirror and violet glass that protects the frequency of the herb 7 to 10 years. It's just, it's so far beyond what anybody else is doing that, and I don't want you to take my word for it. You don't have to take Michelle's word for it. Go research. Put her ingredients in, you know, if you use ChatGPT or whatever. It's going to blow you away because nobody else is doing it. And the reason they're not doing it is it's not quick and it's expensive. But even though we're a business and we have to earn money, that's not the driving force. I don't have to work. I don't know if she has to work or not. She's a lot younger than me. And it doesn't matter. We're doing it for love of doing it, not because we have to. Right. And if, you know, you ask her or I, we recommend 2 products. It's not because we want you to spend extra money. It's because the synergy between those 2 products are going to make it better. But let's say that we make that recommendation and you can't afford those 2 products. It's fine. If you can just do one of them, do one. It's still going to be better, feel better, hurt less, whatever the issue is going on, better than not cleaning up that part of your life at all.
All right. Life is Rough says over on YouTube, love, love, love the tinctures. I'm so happy to hear that. Don't forget to go to godlygranny.com and leave reviews. Carol says the samples are so fun, easy to carry in the purse. Thank you. You're welcome. Life is Rough also says, wonderful. Looks like a great time. Thank you. She's talking about the beauty boot camp. Jill MD 22 says, I have not seen relief from Pain Terminator on the arthritis on my feet. So she has arthritis on her feet.
That's because arthritis in your feet is almost always neuropathy, and you know what we're about to do for that.
Yeah. So what she said
Very quickly.
So talk about, though, until the neuropathy magnesium product comes out, what can she do in the meantime?
She needs to get the First Fruits lemon balm and the muscle relief magnesium. That's a whole different, entirely different formula. And 2 for those on the bottom of her feet and her belly button.
Yeah. All right. So Jill, hope that helps you, honey. Be sure to follow up with us through the website. If you need anything, send me an email. Okay. So KM Sunshine, that product is not released yet, sweetie. It will probably be next time. So KM Sunshine, she says, Michelle, what was the oil that you gifted to me for being a 10th reviewer, which was last time? I'd like to leave a review, but not sure of the name as it didn't have a label on it. It's not released yet. The label's just been created, though, so it's coming. Okay, so let's go on ahead and talk about some new releases. I know everybody's excited. Okay, so the first one is a fur baby product. We are releasing one fur baby product, and we are releasing a number of hair products today as well. So fur baby flea and tick prevention spray. A lot of human info here too, like preventing parasites from the flea bites that can ultimately infect the whole household. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, this is definitely a fur baby product. It's also very safe to spray on a person. But here's the thing. We've never had the onslaught of ticks we have now, and we know who we have to thank for that. Not to mention all the diseases that the ticks bring. Not to mention all of the worst symptoms and diseases on their own right that come for the treatment of those tick bites, okay? So it's very important that you keep fleas and ticks off your baby. I don't know if you know how many different types of parasite worms come from flea bites on your dog or cat, okay? Here's the thing. Now, I just got to tell you, because if I don't, nobody will. If you sleep in a bed with another person, you know how whales go underwater for a long time and they come up and they blow their hole? Mm-hmm. A lot of parasites are the same way. So while you're sleeping, during certain moon / whatever that is, luminary phases that go on, worms crawl out of your butt. I'm just telling you, they crawl out of your butt, they crawl over your sheets, they come up for oxygen, they come up for other things. Sometimes they get confused and they go into the butt of the person laying beside you. And sometimes the person laying beside you is a fur baby. I said what I said. I can back that up. I promise you that happens. So I'll let you clutch your pearls for a second, because I know when I first learned of this and the routines of what goes on with this, I was horrified because I'm married, of course, and we got 2 chihuahuas that I promise you, if you did a DNA test, are our children. Love them. We detox ourselves. We detox the dogs with our products. But I can also tell you, but only if you have detoxed thoroughly, and that's something that we're going to be talking about more and more as we move through these tinctures and other things that are coming out. Once you've done that, you need to stop eating pork, and you need to stop eating shrimp, and you need to stop eating raw oysters, because once you do that, as crazy as it sounds, if you take pure coconut oil and put around if you're a woman, your anus and your vagina, things will not crawl in it. The issue is you want things to crawl out. Okay. For men, same thing, around the urethra and around the anus. Now, you have to know this. And the reason you have to know this is people who send their pets out that get bit by fleas and mosquitoes, and this is for that too, even though it doesn't expressly say that on there. It's for any bug, spiders, whatever. They get roundworms, they get pinworms, they get liver flukes, they get all kind of things in their system, right? We really don't want to go to a vet, because what the vet's doing, we don't necessarily know how to clean out our dogs, although this is continuing to come out. We're sprinkling one product here and one product there. But what this is going to do, you spray it lightly on their coat, brush it if you want to, before you take them outside to pee. That's it. That's it. I can't promise you that if you step into a tick box that a tick won't get on them. I can tell you that the chances are really good that it won't. I can also tell you this is going to tremendously cut down on the parasites that's going into your pets. And you don't just have to sleep with a pet to get a pet parasite. If you touch a pet with an open wound, that can be a cuticle. If you let your pet lick you in the face, if your pet, my dog loves to sneeze on me, I don't know what it is. All of that carries what I just said. And that's the reason I thought it was important today to launch this product first, because even though Flashmore's on there, this is also for you. It doesn't work like the buzz off spray. It's a totally different animal. You can't put the buzz off spray on your animals. You can put this on there. This, I would prefer you not put it on cats. You test a little portion and see, because they digest things differently. And this does go through the blood into the digestive system to some degree, but you can use it on horses, cows, anything furry except bunnies and cats. That's it. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to cut down on what's out there, and not only that, but the dog will bring the tick in, and then the tick will bite you. We don't need alpha gal when a small bottle of anti-itch, flea, and tick prevention spray can help. Plus, this is a spray on itch retardant. This is a very, very big deal. This is not just, oh, she threw up another fur baby product. It is a fur baby product. This is also your product. I just want you to understand the seriousness of this.
All right. Fly Girl 61 says, I've been waiting for a fur baby flea and tick spray. I use the anti-itch and calming creams, but my fur babies lick it off of each other before it does any good. So this will be something that you'll be able to just rush right in, just lightly spray. A little goes a long way with Godly Granny products. Don't forget that. And that includes our fur baby products. Cooper,
every ingredient in there is an active ingredient. But fleas and ticks hate neem oil almost more than anything else on earth. And neem oil is beautiful for the skin and beautiful for bodies and beautiful for any skin issue your dog has, including yeast. This is safe on yeast dogs. So just letting you know.
Pierre's Mom 1 says, oh my gosh, this is just what I've been searching for because I don't want to use chemicals on Pierre. Cooper 2000 says, yes, on the samples. I know I took 15 pounds in my suitcase for flying to my cruise. That's funny. Okay. The struggle's real, honey. Okay. So do you want to talk about anything else to do with this?
Sorry, I didn't even tell you what it is. I was so focused on what you were going to say when I said the word anus twice.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. Okay. So you go on.
Our fur babies run through tall grass, dig under fences, and roll in things we can't talk about in public. Unfortunately, the fleas, ticks, and other freeloaders are having a good time too, which is exactly why we created this product. A gentle, natural way to discourage fleas and ticks and other creepy crawly things, ants as well, while soothing itchy skin and supporting a healthier coat and protecting their skin biome. 0 pesticides, 0 chemicals, no ingredients from a biolab in Ukraine. And since Fauci tick boxes are landing all over, one thing is certain, there are more ticks and fleas everywhere, which also means more internal parasites for them and you. More itchy skin, more scratching, and more reasons than ever to protect the fur babies we love and those that love them. We started with some of nature's most trusted ingredients for coat, skin, and outdoor protection. Pure neem oil, one of nature's most respected botanicals for discouraging all pests, supporting healthy skin, and soothing itchy, dry, dehydrated, yeasty, irritated areas. Cedarwood oil, a longtime favorite for natural outdoor protection, creates a less welcoming environment for pests and supports skin comfort and naturally freshens the coat with each use. Rosemary oil, a hard-working oil for skin and coat support, helps maintain a healthy coat environment and supports natural freshness and body odor. Colloidal oatmeal, because itchy skin makes everybody miserable, helps soothe dry, irritated skin, comforts and calms scratching-prone areas. Chia seed oil, rich in nourishing fatty acids, moisturizes dry skin, supports coat softness, helps maintain skin hydration that we just learned about. Apple cider vinegar, a longtime favorite of pet owners, supports skin balance and maintains a healthy coat and helps freshen between baths. So it's for the coat, it's for the biome, it freshens naturally. It's great for scents. Just don't use it on cats, rabbits, unless you do it a small area to check first, and preferably puppies over 12 weeks. Although if it's under 12 weeks, it's okay. I'm just saying preferably. And that's it.
Okay. All right. Enzomatic says, how often do you apply it?
It's not every time you take them outside. Just a light coat. If they're big dogs with a heavy coat, just do a light one and brush it through. That's all you got to do.
All right. Cousin 77 said, so not for cats. Bummer.
Just different animals. And I'm working on something for them. It's very difficult to find something that doesn't offend a cat. And isn't that true no matter what you're making?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Residue. I'm sure your cat is lovely. That's not my experience because I'm allergic to it.
All right. So let's talk about a couple of winners. So, we're doing, if you, every 10th reviewer. So if you leave a review, every 10th reviewer on godlygranny.com, share your experiences using the different Godly Granny goodies. So we've got 2 winners already. So our first winner is Debbie G. And our second winner is Tiffany with an I at the end, Tiffani, and last name starts with an R. Okay, so Pierre's mom says, how many spritzes do you recommend on a 4-pound Chihuahua, and how many times a week before we take a walk each time, or once a day, etc.?
Before every walk, just a little bit, like 3 or 4 spritzes. Make sure that they get on the bottoms of their feet because that's usually where the critters come onto first. And fleas and ticks love to go around the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the anus because that's where they get moisture. So don't pick up their tail and spray it directly up their butt, but just a few sprays all over and wipe them down with your hand or brush.
All right.
You can't hurt them with it.
Okay. All right. Got it. All right. So let's keep going. We got a lot to cover and we hadn't done much. Okay. We've covered a lot though. Full strength mullein ear oil. So it's going to come in the tincture bottle, the glass bottles. And so tell us about it. This is exciting.
I'm so excited. We are swimmers, both lake, ocean, pool, whatever. 9 grandkids, 9. We love this stuff. So because ear trouble never checks your schedule. It shows up after a day at the lake or pool, after a beach vacation, during allergy season, which is now year round, after a flight, during a cold, always at bedtime, and always all weekend. For generations, families have kept mullein ear oil nearby for exactly these moments. Not because they plan to need it, because everyone eventually does. So this is not just for swimmers here. Listen to me, older people. Why mullein? Mullein has been one of herbalism's most trusted botanicals for centuries, used for ear comfort, ear wellness, seasonal ear pressure and fullness, bronchitis, sinus, allergies, sore throat, coughing, too much wax, feeling full, ear emergencies. This is everyday ear care, especially after swimming, travel on planes, and seasonal challenges. When ears are unhappy, mullein has long been the first herb families reach for. The old timers knew a thing or two. Before every discomfort required a waiting room, families kept simple remedies close, like in their wellness cabinet. Honey for the throat, bee pollen for energy, and mullein ear oil for those days when ears were making their presence known. What's inside? Pure mullein flour, prepared the old-fashioned way. No artificial ingredients, no fillers, no shortcuts. Just a traditional herbal favorite that's been earning its spot for generations. Keep it handy. Most folks don't buy mullein ear oil because they need it today. They buy it because they know they eventually will after everything is closed at night. And we don't go chasing big pharma after close anyway, right? The pool party, children tugging their ear, or grandparents saying, I can't hear what you said. And did we used to have some ear oil around here for all this wax? Directions: shake well before use. Kids 12 and older, apply 1 to 2 drops to a cotton ball and place gently at the outer ear opening, or apply around the outer ear area and rub it in. That's all you got to do. Shake well before use. and you can apply as often as desired. Now, I'm not supposed to tell you you can put it directly in your ear. I put it directly in my ear. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to tell you that. It's okay. It's pure mullein leaf. It's got a little garlic in it. So if you have a lot of wax, this is going to help take some of that out. If you have ear pressure, this even helps a little bit with car sickness. It does some amazing things. It helps a tiny bit. I want to be very careful how I word this. For vertigo, if your vertigo is not caused by your bones being out of whack in your ear, the 3 bones that are there. This does a lot of stuff, but for older people, it's mainly if you've got feeling of fullness, you've got the ringing it will not make the ringing go away. It can soften it and dampen it some. This is mainly for removal of wax for older people and anybody who's constantly getting ear infections. Big deal. That's it. There's not one thing in here that could hurt anything. And the few ingredients it does have help everything.
Okay, so
you just gotta
walk us through how would somebody you said especially for those that are older, it will help remove earwax.
Yes.
So you can put you can say what you would do. So
yes.
What would you do if you were looking to remove earwax? Because I'm sure people heard that and they're having questions right now. So what do you do?
Myself, I'm not telling you to do this. I would put 2 drops in a day for 4 to 5 days. And then I'd probably put some on the outside pressure points too, or right here behind the bone. A lot of stuff goes right there. It goes straight into the eardrum and the ear cilia, the hairs that are there. And I'd wait a few days. And then there are tools that you can buy.
Yeah.
I use Q-tips. There are tools you can buy to not push oil further down in your ear. However, this softens it, begins to melt it naturally. And a lot of times you can just tip your ear and it'll come out, especially after the steam of a shower or a hot bath. And I'm finding that this is even helping because I'm deaf in one ear and I have the pressure, the fullness and the ringing and it makes me car sick and it makes me have vertigo and just all of that. This helps with everything. I would not go on a cruise without this. I would not go on a trip driving up and down mountains without this. And that's not what most people use it for. This is an added benefit. If I had sinus drainage, I would use this, even if it was in my throat, because the garlic is going to help too. It doesn't smell terrible. You're not going to walk around smelling like garlic or anything like that. This just solves a myriad of issues. But I'm going to tell you, its shining grace is that every time a kid is pulling on their ears and crying, this is the ticket. I would do this before I would do ear tubes. And I'm not telling you not to get ear tubes. I never said that. I wouldn't give my baby or grandbabies ear tubes. I would give them this.
Okay, I'm kind of surprised at how great it smells with garlic in it. Okay, Grammy is asking a fantastic question. She says, how is this mullein oil different than the first one, which is our mullein leaf tincture?
Oh, they're nothing alike. The tincture is we've taken alcohol, we've taken sterile pure alcohol to pull out all of the terpenes, the things that are good in mullein for you to internally sublingually take to get into your bloodstream. This is nothing like that. This has other things in it too. The tincture is nothing but organic mullein and the organic alcohol. That's all it is. This has other things in there that address other issues, and it does not go in your mouth.
Okay.
And it's made completely differently.
Yes.
It's an infusion.
So don't be putting this in your mouth. Don't be drinking or eating this.
It wouldn't poison you or anything like that. Just that's not where.
But it does not smell bad. So I want people to know that it doesn't smell bad at all. I mean, I'm shocked at how good it. I mean, it's not, apricot chamomile or black raspberry vanilla, but it doesn't smell natural, bad at all. Yes, that's the word. It's natural. And so it smells great. Okay. So
here, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about it. So let me read the comment or the question. Will the mullein drops help with itchy ear? I have had itchy ears for 13 years, dry, scaly skin inside the ear. Now, I just found out about this within the last month that there are people who will have a bobby pin on their nightstand and they're having problems with itchy ears. What do you know is causing that? And will this help?
Yes, itchy ears is almost always a lack of magnesium and vitamin D3. And I don't know your age, but my guess is that you're pre-menopausal only because most of the people that watch this are. So there's that. So you need the wild yam, any of the magnesiums, probably even the unscented, and you can put that in. You can put both of those in your ear. You can put those on your ear. I would put them in my ear. I have to be careful. This is why you want to see me in person when I really have no filter. Yes. Anyway, yes, you're going to be lacking magnesium. You're going to be probably lacking things from wild yam and that's probably all it's going to take.
Okay. All right. Before we move on to the next product, I want to say the third winner. Wow, y'all are bringing it. Third winner from the every 10th reviewer, leaving reviews on godlygranny.com about your experiences with the products, is Karen B. Now, we have two Karen B's, and I don't know if they're both watching and leaving reviews. So I checked, and it's the Karen B, who's KM Sunshine, who's from Texas. Okay. The fourth reviewer is Carolyn H, as in horse, okay, or ham. Okay, so $25 Granny Bucks winner. Congratulations, ladies. Okay, now let's keep going. So convenient skincare. I love these, and y'all are loving them too. Little mini sticks. So we have two brand new ones, an eczema and a rosacea. So they're two separate. One's eczema, one's rosacea. Tell us about the eczema, Eve.
Let me get past the soaps. I'm assuming we're going to come back to those. Okay, so the eczema mini stick. If you love the eczema cream, we've just done that in a convenient mini stick for you. So if you like the eczema cream, you'll love this one and done easy travel eczema mini stick. This anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antifungal, antiviral eczema face and body cream in a stick nourishes and deeply moisturizes skin with dermatological issues, soothes eczema, psoriasis, calms heat, flaking, and itching, and locks in hours-long hydration and more. Did you know that scents can cause or exacerbate eczema and psoriasis outbreaks? That's why none of our dermatological products are ever scented. The formula is designed with powerful humectants that draw the ingredients deeply into the skin via bloodstream to do their best work and for maximum absorption. We never use mineral oils or petroleum. This means that the body doesn't have to focus any of its finite energy on pushing out toxins. This gives the body the ability and energy it needs to renew and heal as God intended. It's rich. It's got a rich composition and bioactive compounds to benefit skin mantle health, improving skin and scalp barrier function. This is head to toe. Create a healthy barrier for skin to combat environmental toxins, help eliminate dryness, dullness, and flaking, can calm overexposure to environmental toxins, reduces swelling and rashes, cools burns, and helps prevent chafing and scaliness caused by eczema and psoriasis, and is safe for every skin type.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so we have a little bit of an update on this. And so first of all, though, I want to back up. I just want to say, I have not told you this, Eve. And so you're learning this at the same time as everyone else. I am seeing what I envisioned over a year and a half ago come to pass. For those of you that don't know, I have seen many family members really struggle with skin issues, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea. My mother's side of the family have all got those skin issues all my life. I've seen aunts, uncles, my grandfather, my mother, horrible skin issues. And so my mother had issues with her elbows and they would bleed. And I'm talking really bad. My son, my younger son, Carson, would have eczema as a child. And he's really grown out of it for the most part, except for when he mows the yard or sweats. So we really don't even have him mow the yard anymore, but he'll weed eat occasionally and he'll get itchy behind his legs, behind his knees. But anyways, and so it's been amazing to see the orders that come through, where it's the sensitive skin laundry detergent, the sensitive skin shampoos, conditioners, the skin silk product, or the eczema lotions, the creams, the different things that we offer in those, even our dish soap. We have the cleanest of dish soaps you can possibly have. So it's so amazing to me to see literally orders where it's all different kinds of products, but they're specifically for people with skin issues. And I'm seeing that come to pass. This is a passion of mine. to be able to offer genuine, true, clean, great products and solutions. And so I was thinking today about these little mini sticks, and I was thinking about like my son when he would have a flare up, if I would have just had something like this. And so it's just amazing to see so many people with skin issues have found us and are getting some help with the issues that they have. And it really blesses me to see it happen. And we're not done. We're not done with the true, genuine help that we're really trying to provide. And so, but this is today is, a day for a couple of new products for people with skin issues. So this is the eczema. And then we have the rosacea. And then we're going to go through a couple of questions people have asked that are really good questions. So Eve, let's talk about the rosacea.
So the rosacea mini stick is the rosacea redness eraser cream in this form. So it's targeted relief for sensitive, reactive, red, and angry rosacea-prone skin. This professionally formulated calming cream in a stick is designed to provide targeted relief for skin affected by rosacea, persistent redness, the heat, and the chronic sensitivity. Rich and clinically respected botanicals and barrier repairing ingredients, it immediately soothes visible irritation while restoring long-term skin resilience. This formula supports the skin's own repair processes while shielding against irritants, toxins, and environmental triggers. With consistent use, clients report visibly reduced redness quickly, improved comfort, and enhanced dermal texture. So it calms reactive skin and reduces visible redness on contact, delivers deep moisture with anti-inflammatory benefits, supports skin regeneration without clogging pores, helps restore the skin's lipid barrier, reduces transepidermal water loss and improves texture, aids in tissue repair and protects against environmental stressors, helps reduce swelling, bruising, inflammation, and the fever in delicate skin tissue.
It's amazing. Okay, so loving the mini sticks, and I know that many of you are as well. It's a big fan favorite. Grammy says, love all the mini sticks. My anti-itch one is always in my pocket. If I get a mosquito bite, I just pull out my mini stick and voila, the itch is gone. A bunch of exclamation points. Thank you so much, Grammy, for sharing. Please make sure you leave a review because that's a fantastic review to help people. I learned from talking with a great customer of ours on Sunday afternoon. She was telling me about having lupus and that you can get a rash from lupus. And she was saying that she heard me sharing my husband's miracle story last year that had to do with our anti-itch cream when we came out with our first anti-itch product. The mini stick that Grammy is referring to is that product mini stick. And she was saying, and I didn't know people with lupus could get all these kinds of rashes. And so she said that it's given her immense relief. And so these mini sticks, that's what they're for, is on the go. And I got to tell you, I love the allergy, cold, and sinus one because the allergy, cold, and sinus, chew, 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 chew. And within 2 minutes, I have no itchy throat, no itchy eyes, none of that. So I keep one in my car and I keep one in my purse. Even in the summer, if it's melted a little bit, I don't care. It's still working just fine. And so I absolutely love our allergy, cold, and sinus products, as y'all have had to listen to me talk about it because it works so good. And without petroleum, mind you. Okay, so Florida Girl 32 says, when the tinctures were first released, you mentioned something about taking a binder with them. I'm so glad you asked. I have an update for you. Can you go over that again, please? So, Eve, do you know what you specifically might have said that she might be?
The wormwood, they needed a binder.
Okay, okay. So right now, for just one,
won't kill you to do one without it. You just are going to prefer it.
Yeah, and so we are in the middle of launching, and I'm just letting everybody know, so that you know that help is coming, and it's been sourced. It's just amazing. So Godly Granny will have Godly Granny bentonite clay capsules, and the capsule themselves. And by the way, this has all been blessed by Eve as well. And so, and activated charcoal. So 2 separate capsules. They're the vegetable something another capsules. So they're completely clean, all of that. And so just want to make sure everybody knows it's coming. It's probably going to be a good month or so, but because labels take time and all of that kind of stuff. So these things take just an insane amount. And anything like this is especially extra. Anything that you put in your mouth, I'm especially got to make sure that, and we have to deal with, well, if you use certain verbiage, which y'all would just not even believe the crazy, that some of these governmental 3-letter agencies do. And so we are having to be very careful about what we say and what we don't say. And so it all just takes time. Okay, so Grammy talked about the mini sticks, and D. Creasman says, love the mini sticks, sure makes packing for a trip a breeze, right? I mean, that's part of it. I don't really like having to carry a bag around that's heavy. So this helps. And we've got a product coming y'all are going to love. Oh, I don't think I can wait till Granny Aganza. So we'll probably release it soon. And it has to do with the mini sticks. Okay. Fly Girl 61 says, do you have any information about Mullen ear oil in pet ears? So
I'm looking at it right now in case you think I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at it.
Good.
I should have looked at it before the show. I forgot.
Yep. While you're doing that, I wanted to let everybody know the 5th review winner. So I think I've done 4. I've announced 4. That's right. The 5th one, y'all are bringing it. Robin H. Okay. So tell us, Eve.
Absolutely. And cats can use it too.
There we go. So cat friendly and fur baby friendly. So cats are fine with the whole garlic and all that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So there you go. And I'm telling y'all, I hear garlic and think this thing's got to stink. It does not stink. I promise you, it does not. It does not, which kind of shocks me. Just saying. All right. So let's move on. So just the most random thing to say. Okay. Superfood face and body scrub. Y'all love some vanilla papaya. So, I had to do something else with vanilla papaya. Oh my.
Absolutely.
This is amazing. Okay, so this is the Superfood face and body scrub vanilla papaya. It's an 8-ounce jar because it could be face and body, and I wanted to do a little bit bigger.
Your hair can also be your hair, remember? And people go, "What do you mean you put a scrub in my hair?" I promise you, it works. You'll love it, and it won't be greasy.
Okay, it took me months. Okay, it took me months, like months. Eve kept saying on the show, and I was like, not my hair. Have you seen my hair? Do you know how much hair I have and that it's curly and it's coarse and this and that? And Eve would say it time and time again. And then I finally tried because I was like, how is a scrub going? Oh, I love it. I don't know. I know I've told y'all before that I've been using the clarifying scrub. So it's called Clarifying Acne Face and Body Scrub. It's got the red, because Clarifying Acne skincare line has the red stripe, right? It's like that Christmassy red. Okay. I love that stuff in my hair. And if you use, I just never can say this too much. If you use an activated charcoal bar soap, I have one of those rain heads in my shower. So when I'm in my shower and it's on, it's coming straight down, right? Like that shower head. All right. I stand under it. Now I have a larger shower, and so I could be out from underneath it, but I intentionally want to be under it because activated charcoal is such a strong detoxer. I'm convinced it's got to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest in the world. But you don't need to keep this on your hair. You don't want to, you don't need to. I literally feel it clarifying my hair as it's rolling and being, the water's just rinsing it right out. It does not need to sit. So it literally is that strong. You can use the activated face and body charcoal. So, face and body scrub as well. And so it's all the bar soaps also come in a coordinating scrub, the face and body scrub. So that's activated charcoal. So any of that, and it will do wonders for your hair. For me, I personally need something a little bit stronger than our clarifying shampoo and conditioner. Our clarifying shampoo and conditioner is probably perfect for most people. It's not harsh. It's not too much. It really feels like it's probably just right for most people. But for me, I feel like I need something just a little bit more. And the activated charcoal or the clarifying acne, I love those in my hair. I don't use them every time. and I don't shampoo my hair every day. So that's why I feel like I need something that kind of really cuts through and really cleans my hair really well at a different level. And so that's what the activated charcoal does, and the clarifying acne one. So love, love, love. If you don't need something real harsh, then our clarifying's great shampoo and conditioner. Okay, so Cousin said, how about vanilla patchouli?
I knew that was coming. Every show she brings up, you get that cat some vanilla patchouli.
I know, girl. I got you. We're gonna do something else for you. I promise, it's coming. I love vanilla patchouli. I love anything with vanilla, anyways, and so do our customers. But okay, so let's talk about this. So this is amazing, by the way. All right, go on. Tell us about it.
Okay. Oh, sorry. So when age comes knocking, Granny grabs a scrub, and not just any scrub, her superfood scrub, and not just any scent, the vanilla papaya. So vanilla it purrs, so papaya it winks, warm, ripe, and definitely up to something. Because every good complexion needs a supporting cast. The sugar, the muscle buffs away everything dull and flaky you've been dragging around, melting as it works so you come out polished, not sandpapered. Glycerin, all natural kosher vegetable glycerin, the tall drink of water, pulls moisture in and locks it down so skin stays dewy instead of pinched and tight. Shea butter, the comfort, rich and buttery, it leaves skin so soft you'll keep touching your own arm like a weirdo. Acai stem cell extract, the bodyguard, one of nature's mightiest berries, standing between your glow and everything that tries to dull it. That's a major splash of vitamin C. Collagen, you know how, what is it? The quicker picker upper? I don't even know what that's for, but this is the plumper upper. So skin looks smoother and bouncier. The how much sleep did she get effect minus the sleep. And banana fruit extract, the sweet talker, vitamin-rich banana, soothes and softens like it's got nowhere better to be. Wet skin, scoop a generous amount and massage in slow circles, head to toe, wherever the ears get mouthy. Rinse warm, pat dry, yourself and on the shoulder, because time might trash talk, but I promise you it's bluffing.
All right, that's perfect. Before we move on to the next product, Designer 777 says, are there any recommendations for a growth on my husky dog's eyelid?
I don't know if I can tell them what you got coming, so I don't know what to say. Yes. Yes, we have something for everything. It's yes.
You're good. Yeah, you can tell them.
You want me to talk about the castor oil?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, castor oil's coming.
Labels were done yesterday. So, and it's going to be everything that you could ever hope for. So it is the organic castor oil, hexane free, in the amber bottles. It's coming in different sizes, all the little goodies with it, even a 50 milliliter glass amber roller with the rose quartz roller. So all of that is happening, and it is, I'm going to tell you, my biggest problem with castor oil in the past has been sometimes castor oil can be too thick, and it's just, ugh. Ours is not. It's absolutely beautiful. When I tip the bottle, it tips too. It is everything it needs to be. I could not be happier. And it is also certified organic by the USDA. Now, let's just give you a little glimpse into what we deal with some of this, okay? Because, if you remember, I've said, boy, have I learned some things, back last year. Remember that, Eve, where we did the two-part series on the things that's the crazy stuff that, okay. So, and people tell misinformation, disinformation all the time, doctors included, when it comes to seed oils. It drives me crazy. But anyways, okay. So, you can have, and this is the case. We have a product coming, and I've been going round and round and round about, well, do we do it organic? But the frustrating thing is, okay, is that I'm gonna explain to you about this, because even I've gone through this too. So this is certified organic. Well, you have to pay to be able to put that on there. Okay, every year.
Each one.
Yeah.
Not just the fact that you do a tincture.
Oh, okay. So Okay, so this
not
costs money and time, and it's ridiculous. But in order to, but you could not put organic on it and it'd be the exact same product. See how it works?
Yeah.
It's a money maker for the USDA, but it's a credibility
Yeah.
thing. And it's so frustrating because you can't say it's certified USDA organic, all that, even though it could
Here's
be
the
that
thing
level.
that we figured out the other day, because she was looking at something that we don't make, and that's completely fine with me. Trust me. The issue was because the other company was smaller, they didn't have to pay as much as we had to pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's the same exact product, same exact bottle, but I have to pay, Michelle has to pay more to get it certified because we're a bigger company.
Yeah, it's a money maker. And so it's just, yes, it's cold press, sweetie. It's everything you want it to be and more. I just happened upon this right after I wrote the ingredient deck for it, which took all of about, I don't know, 30 seconds, but because it's that clean. But what was ironic was I literally finished that. I happened to go onto Facebook for something, and what came up in my feed was a castor oil. It was some kind of like, oh, look, I bought this, or should I buy this? And she showed the box and it showed a whole ingredient deck. Eve, it was crazy. And it's supposed to be 100% castor oil. I'm like, sweetheart, this is coming from China. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but you need to get a refund if you already placed the order. Like, no, not only no, but absolutely not. And so anyways, so just wanted y'all to know, like, it's just crazy. And I had just written the ingredient deck for the castor oil, which is nothing hardly. So it took seconds. And so when you read the paragraph of an ingredient deck, there's red flags everywhere. That's not what you're looking for. They can put all the keywords on the front you want them to put on it, or they want to put on it. But they're working on and working with the fact that they know that you're not going to turn the box around and read the ingredient deck. And that's part of the problem. Grammy says
that the majority of ones that have a box, they don't even print the ingredient deck on the jar because they know you're going to throw the box away, and they're allowed to legally do that.
Well, now you've even said that, and this is hard for me to wrap my head around, but now that time has gone on, I'm grasping what you're saying. I've thought of this many times when you've said we've taken a product, we've reverse engineered it, and you've said that it's never been what they claim it is.
Mm-hmm.
So never. And so I'm like, that's hard to believe, like but now I'm believing it. Okay. Grammy says, you ladies, Michelle and Eve, are so fun. I love that you can't keep secrets. No, we're not trying to keep any secrets. I want to tell you.
I'm like Tawana, I'm older and I have more insurance. You can tell the movie Fried Green Tomatoes.
Okay, Cousin. Okay, I see you, girl. Now let's talk about this because I want to make sure everybody knows. And I have to ask the girls the Granny Shack, but I think we're still on the more vanilla than the lavender, but the tallow balm. So we have a whipped tallow balm that is a lavender vanilla, and she says it's off the chain. It's awesome. I love that one. It's great. Now, here's the thing about that balm or butter is that it's whipped tallow, and I think it's balm. But what happened is you can do something like that, and Eve knows this even better than me, and you can do a little bit more vanilla than lavender. And so if you do that, then this is where Eve comes in. See, Eve's more vanilla than lavender. I'm more lavender than vanilla. Eve wants to taste and smell like a cake icing. And that's exactly dead ringer. You know what lavender and vanilla smells like. It smells like birthday cake. And so the first batch came out vanilla lavender. And I was like, okay, this is not what I approved. So the first batch, and it smells amazing. So I had shared, hey, just heads up, the first batch is going to smell different. And I think we still have a few more of the first batch, but we have them separate from the lavender vanilla. So just so everybody knows, but those of you that want more vanilla than lavender, if you want to send me an email so I can confirm, if you place an order, will you get more vanilla than lavender? This is a very limited time. I will not order it like this again, but it is dreamy. And I mean, if you want to smell like a birthday cake, honey, I got you. But anyways, and it's dreamy, but it's not what I picked. So we're going to go back to the other. I don't know. We may end up, I get enough people that say that we may actually have lavender vanilla, and vanilla lavender. I've never thought about that until just now. Ooh, okay. So we'll just see. I mean, the company, it's the products are for you guys. So you just have to tell me, and we'll see if we got enough people, then we'll see. So the 6th reviewer, y'all are really bringing it. Simply Sylvia says, that is me. I love vanilla. I know. And you know what? I've been joking around with the team saying, just put vanilla on the label. It'll sell. And so, because I'm noticing y'all love anything with vanilla in it. Okay. So producer Ron says the 6th review winner. So those of you that are going to godlygranny.com and sharing about your testimonials, your reviews, we have a 6th winner, and that's Janet P, as in Paul, Peter and Paul. I was just telling the girls, if y'all have not gone down, and we're just like cats, like squirrels. This is how it is with me and Eve too. But if you have not gone down the Paul McCartney hole, the rabbit hole about that, and about him, really, he died like years ago, like decades ago, and how they showed you. I got to find that video that I saw, because I'm like, oh, please. And then I get to watching it, and I'm like, it's late at night, like 2:00 in the morning years ago. And I'm like, oh, I believe he died. It's crazy, the proof, and it's crazy. But anyways, remember how Paul McCartney married, I think her name was Heather, and then they got divorced suddenly, like a couple of months in, and she said, he's not who I thought he was. Yeah. Okay. So complete side note, let's keep going. Deborah L. West says, I suffer from scalp psoriasis, and there is nothing I can find for any relief or a cure for it. The doctor at the University of Illinois at Chicago said it's the toughest form of psoriasis to treat. Do you have any suggestions or any thoughts for Deborah?
I've never heard that scalp psoriasis is different from any other body type of psoriasis. So be very curious to hear that diagnosis. And yes, we can help you. I'm actually, right now, we've got an eczema psoriasis line together, and then we broke out the rosacea separately so I could do something about the heat and the immediate redness. But I'm not far from breaking apart the eczema and the psoriasis, because though they're very helpful together, psoriasis can take there's another step for psoriasis we can take that would be too much for eczema. Use eczema sufferers.
Okay. ZA Mom 2 says, what kind of alcohol is in the tinctures? Is it organic? All of the tinctures are certified organic. If that's what you're asking.
Vodka Comrade. Vodka.
What'd you say?
Vodka Comrade.
Okay. Is that, what is Conrad? Is that a...
I'm making a joke because vodka is Russian. They always say Comrade.
Okay. Got it. I don't drink, so I don't know any of these jokes.
I don't either, but I know it comes from Russia.
Okay, there you go. All right. Yes, castor oil, Carol says yes. And it's going to be everything it's supposed to be. And y'all know how I don't like to get stuff on my hands. So I wanted a roller. And so this has all been in the works like for months. So the roller balls are muy bien. 2.5 years of Spanish, y'all. That's what I can say. Okay. GL says, can wild yam replace estrogen?
Okay. That's not a legitimate question. And I understand it's so hard. That's not the question. The question is, they're the same thing. Okay. So it makes your body make real estrogen, not the fake kind, if that answers your question.
Wild yam does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So wild yam. Y'all, we got it covered on wild yam. And so we got the 2-ounce tube, the 4-ounce jar. We got it in there, a wild yam bar soap, mini stick.
And a mini stick.
Yes.
If something else I can put it in, you let me know.
Yeah. Okay. I'm so happy I won't have to buy castor oil from the Cabal anymore. I promise you it is. Okay. I'm so happy. Yeah. And so, okay, let's keep going. So,
all right, we skipped 2 bars. We skipped 3 bars of soap and we skipped a scrub. Did you mean to?
No, because I'm going off the order that
okay.
I have. So the next one is, I have Skin Silk Face and Body Scrub Apricot Chamomile.
Yeah, we're just adding, did we just add apricot chamomile, or did we add apricot chamomile and black raspberry vanilla?
I don't have it. I have a bar soap, a goat milk bar soap.
Okay,
I don't
think
have
we just
a jar.
added apricot chamomile. This is, Skin Silk. I told y'all when you first started buying it, that the Skin Silk body butter, face and body butter, which is hair, face, and body butter, and the scrub, that the base of that goes in almost every product we make because it's so healing. And how we accidentally left off apricot chamomile, which I think is probably else, that black raspberry vanilla are the two most requested scents. So you can now get that in the Skin Silk scrub. And remember, this is not a traditional scrub. This is a real brown sugar scrub. Demerara scrub is the perfect grain for sculpting off that dead skin and releasing the sebum. What I love about this, it's in a soft soap base, so it's a one and done. So this is a scrub, this is a moisturizer, this is a cleanser, all in one. The great thing about Skin Silk is this particular scrub, Demerara remineralizes the body from the outside in, so you get the same benefits of a salt scrub but without the sting. It's got vitamins A through K and 212 minerals in that jar.
Okay. I hate to be to correct you, but I'm pretty sure our most recommended scent is vanilla patchouli.
Okay, did Cousin D just pay you to say that?
No. Okay, we'll go on. I'm just joking. Oh my goodness.
Never hates to correct me, and vice versa, just so y'all know. We got a good thing going on here.
Miss Georgia Gal says, I took the wild yam mini stick on vacation along with 4 other mini sticks, and they were wonderful. That's amazing, Miss Georgia Gal. I'm telling you. Okay, so confession. All right, y'all. I've been saying from the get-go that one of my favorite products is the stick, the regular stick, allergy, cold, and sinus. So when we start talking about these mini sticks, I'm like, I don't know. Are they really big enough to be able to do much anything? I don't know. But Eve was so convincing. And I'm like, okay, we'll do a few. If you notice, they've come out in phases because at the beginning, I just wasn't sure. And of course, it hits the ground. What?
So 2 days ago, she goes, is there anything else we can put them in?
The stick.
We can do a retinol stick, and we can do a blue-green algae stick, and we can do an acne stick. She's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what else can we put in a stick? Because it's so convenient. I love it. I'm just such a huge fan. And so anyways, but I have to kind of chuckle because it's kind of like when I was sitting in my office when I ran Keller Williams Nashville, and the guy comes in, he goes, okay, so what does your company do? Well, we take videos, okay, of listings. And I'm thinking, and he goes, and we put them on YouTube. Well, YouTube's either going to be a big flop or the next biggest thing. I remember saying that in my office one day to myself. And so I just chuckle because I'm old enough to have said that. But yeah. And then of course they went huge and sold out, and the founder made tons of money, and that was the future of real estate at the time. And I'd said, because he was wanting to get in front of 100 and something agents that I had with my office, and so it was just funny because I was like, yeah. And I let him come in, and and they to this day say that I was their first big break because they had to get through me. And I was like, yeah, it's either going to be the next big thing or it's going to be a big flop, and so anyways, it's just so funny.
I said out loud, what's a Google? You mean yeah.
Oh my word. Okay. So the goat milk bar soaps are so huge. Okay. So when we take photos, if you'll notice, we've learned this, we take these little bitty scissors and we cut all the plastic. So with this bar soap, you can tell it's just got a label on it. It's a bar soap with a label. And so that way you don't get the glare when you see the photo. And so I'm not even smelling it through the plastic. And so this it's goat milk. Well, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I'm so used to plastic. So this is apricot chamomile and the black raspberry vanilla, which is what we were talking about. How have we gone this long without doing a goat milk with these? But I have to say oatmeal milk and honey. And my son's favorite is the Vermont honey apple scent. And so I hear all about that all the time. So tell us about these goat milk bar soaps, Eve. And of course, it's got goat milk, honey, and sea moss.
Yes, and it's Irish sea moss. It's not the red sea moss. This is an utterly divine secret passed down through generations. Goat milk to exfoliate, soften, and soothe, boosted by Granny's tropical triple butter blend, which is shea cocoa and mango butters. Comforting colloidal oatmeal, holistic honey, and Irish sea moss to mineralize. And goat milk's natural lactic acid gently dissolves the stubborn dried sebum that keeps dead skin cells holding on. Apricot chamomile. I think of this scent as precious. It's crystal clean, pleases both sexes, checks off all boxes. It's equal parts sparkly citrus, herbal, floral, and spa. And I don't like floral, but I love this. So don't say because I said floral, don't get it. It's chef's kiss. It's great. I'm yet to hear anyone who does not love this blend. It's autumn glow apricots, powdery blue chamomile, beach daisies, and bright mandarin bring a crinkle to every nose and a smile to every face. This is the second oldest scent Godly Granny carries. It's been around for a long time. And I think that says everything you need to know. And the other scent is black raspberry vanilla, the oldest one. The darker the berry, the sweeter the fruit. There's a cult following for this scent, and I totally get it. Top notes of iced lemon, ripened black raspberry, summer strawberry, coconut shavings, and Georgia peach swirl over middle notes of Cinderella violet, honeysuckle, and Japanese plum. The base notes that hold it all together are soft white musk and sweet Madagascar vanilla. That's how good that is. I love it. So goat milk soap does something no other bar soap does without a loofah, but we're about to have a loofah soap. Hang on just a second. Because the lactic acid is when you shower with this, as long as you use a rag or a loofah or something like that, you are exfoliating almost, not quite, to the extent of a scrub, and nothing else does that.
Okay. That's
Great
amazing.
Shampoo bar.
Okay, so the next one is the high and tight. Now, we have a photo of it. This one, just be aware, your order will not ship until Thursday because we don't have the actual bars in hand yet. There was a mix-up. But this one I had specifically talked about, so we're releasing it today. Just know that it will delay your order just a minute. The bars are done, everything. It was just a label issue, and I wanted the label right. So here's what it's part of the High and Tight beauty line, our skincare line. This is a very popular skincare line with you guys, which rightfully so. The High and Tight Beauty Bar Soap with DMAE. It's great for all skin types and conditions. And if you notice here, in line with that, even eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, and sensitive skin, which is also unscented. It's in the purple instead of the blue, though, because it's part of a skincare line, and the purple is the High and Tight skincare line. Eve, tell us all about it and what's the beauty of this particular bar soap and the DMAE.
You guys have left such amazing reviews for the High and Tight serum and the cream that I wanted to make sure that you had the bar soap to go with it. And there's a good reason. So, is gravity getting you down? Here's something the beauty industry doesn't talk about nearly enough. The most expensive products in your routine are only as good as the skin they land on. If yesterday's makeup, oil, sunscreen, please never use sunscreen. Pollution and ordinary buildup are still clinging to your face. Your serum has to fight through them before it ever gets a chance to do its job. High and Tight was created to change that, not by stripping your skin, by prepping it. Think of it as layering the cornerstone before the rest of the house is built. Every wash creates a cleaner, fresher canvas for the synergistic products that follow. That's why High and Tight was formulated to work hand in hand with the High and Tight serum and the High and Tight cream. Together, they're a master team. It's a master class. Listen why. Inside this bar is a thoughtful blend of ingredients chosen for one purpose: to help your skin look and feel tighter before the standard beauty regimen even begins. Irish moss delivers mineral-rich conditioning and compounding. Aloe vera helps comfort and replenish. Cucumber seed oil and carrot seed oil nourish without weighing the skin down. Green tea brings antioxidant support, while guarana, which is naturally rich in caffeine, helps the skin appear more awake and refreshed. DMAE and MSM complete the formula with two of the most respected ingredients in firming skincare, period. Sorry, I lost that. Yes, helping improve the appearance of smoother, firmer, more toned looking skin. A good cleanser removes yesterday. A great one prepares your skin for tomorrow. That's the difference. High and Tight isn't the opening act. It's the foundation the rest of the line is built on. Wash with it first, then let the serum and cream do what they're designed to do, because a triple threat requires 3 things. So begin at the beginning. So the stuff that's in this bar, you know how I told you I can't always get enough of a particular formula of ingredients and botanicals infused into one formula. Sometimes I have to have 2. And for those of you that don't know, in case you think that I can't do anything with a bar soap, and this makes her giggle, I beg to differ. I can do so much with a bar soap, because when your body is warm and your pores are opened, and that's when they're the most responsive of any other time of day, I can get a lot done with that. So if you love the High and Tight, if you're a user, or if you haven't tried it, please try that, and please try the conditioning. This is almost like a lotion bar soap. It's that good. So try the 3. It's unscented. You're going to love it.
All right. High and Tight, DMAE. Love it. The next one is the Keratosis Polaris product. So we've got a loofah bar soap, and it with the exfoliant, which is the bar soap, right? Okay, so
The
we've been
exfoliant is
talking.
the loofah that's inside that you can't see because the label covers it up. There's an organic Egyptian agar loofah in every bar.
Okay,
so
tell us
after you use the soap. Okay, so you know those little rough bumps on the back of your arms, legs, your butt, the ones you've had since middle school? Yep, those. They do not have squatters' rights, not anymore. We started with a real whole Egyptian agar loofah sponge built right into the bar, a genuine loofah that gets right down to botanical business like a UFC fighting champ every time you lather up. Then Granny went against the grain, literally. See, anybody can throw oatmeal or grits in a bar of soap. Granny reached for adzuki beans, because Granny don't play. The Japanese have used adzuki beans for centuries. It's why they don't have Keratosis Polaris. Granny figured that wasn't the kind of streak you interrupt. Those little beans buff away even the bump's strongest alibi. Then Granny rounded up the rest of the posse. White willow bark helps loosen stubborn built-up skin. Colloidal oatmeal helps comfort dry, cranky skin. Irish sea moss brings naturally occurring minerals. Goat milk helps leave the skin feeling soft instead of stripped. Licorice root extract helps calm the appearance of redness. Aloe vera, coconut oil, cucumber seed oil, and carrot seed oil restoring moisture into your skin. So what is Keratosis Polaris? KP happens when keratin, which is what your skin cells are made of, build up around your hair follicles in your pores, leaving those tiny rough bumps that usually show up. Well, they can show up anywhere on your body, sometimes even your backside. It's common, it's harmless, it's stubborn. But unfortunately for KP, so is Granny. Wet your skin in the bar, use gentle circular motions, massage the built-in loofah over rough areas, and let the loofah, ground adzuki beans, and the rest of the crew earn their keep. Rinse thoroughly, use daily as needed, and follow with your favorite Godly Granny moisturizer. And then Godly Granny says her final word, the KP bar soap, justice for smooth skin. Those bumps should have lawyered up. You guys have been asking for something for KP forever, and I don't know hardly anybody that doesn't have it anymore. And it's literally stopped up pores. This will unstop them. And just so you know, zuki beans is a true ingredient in K-beauty, Korean beauty, which we're getting into.
It's amazing. All right, so this is a prime example of what we were talking about.
One thing I forgot to tell you, when you're done, the loofah is reusable. You can throw it in the washing machine and wash it and use it to scrub your tub, your dishes, anything. It won't last forever, but it'll last a while. It's a wonderful little addition to have.
About 6 months.
It just depends on what if you're scrubbing, I don't know what you're scrubbing. If you're scrubbing pots, it won't last that long. It just really depends on what you're doing with it.
Okay, gotcha.
Dishwasher safe and washing machine safe.
That's awesome. Okay, so that's all the products that I have until we get to shampoos. Am I missing anything? Okay, good. I want to make sure we're on the same page. All right, so now this is a prime example. This product makes me think about what we were talking about at the beginning of the show about the difference between hydration and moisturization, and how we were talking about the process and how we start out sometimes with a product and it's like, well, we have a problem. We have people that are asking for such and so. And then, well, if we're doing that, then we could do this. And well, if we're doing that, well, then this adds this. And so by the time we finally got done, now this product, I have a new label. So it's really going to be called Samson's Main 7-in-1 Super Spray because, well, if you got 7 things something does, it's a super spray. But anyways, but the initial one will say Samson's Main 7-in-1 Spray. So when I saw it, I was like, I want to add a word. It needs to be super spray because if you're doing 7-in-1 things. But anyways, it started out doing 3 things, then 5 things, and then actually it started out as 1 thing, which was going to be a detangler spray. And then it just kept growing. So it does
like,
detangle.
We need a detangler for kids. And I'm like, ooh, I can do stuff that for everybody. It doesn't have to be kids. It's not waste the product. Let's do what all it can do.
So this is a spray. It will come with the sprayer, but in the box, it will come with the disc top. So just to help from any kind of leaking. And then you will get a sprayer though in the box, just like we do with the Shea sprays. But this one is a 7-in-1. It has horsetail and pro vitamin B5, and it helps to grow hair. It strengthens your hair. It adds volume to your hair. It conditions your hair. It softens your hair. It tames frizz, and it is helping with hair detangling. And so Eve, tell us about it, sweetie.
Sure. So not every day is a good hair day, but Samson's Main stacks the deck in your favor. This hardworking leave-in spray does 7 jobs without asking for a raise, helping support stronger, healthier, fuller hair. I didn't say fuller looking. I said fuller hair. I can't stand it when those commercials come on and says, look like you have more hair. Well, how about we just have more hair? How about we do that?
Mm-hmm.
So hair growth support with rosemary, MSM, and DMAE to work together to support healthy hair growth and a healthier scalp environment, because the goal isn't better styling. The goal is needing less of it. Number 2, it strengthens the hair shaft and follicle, helps support stronger strands that are less prone to breakage, splitting, snapping, and giving up halfway through a brush stroke. It adds volume. It supports fuller, more voluminous hair without any buildup or stiff, crunchy hold. It conditions. It helps replenish moisture and improve manageability while leaving hair soft and touchable. Softens. Dry, brittle hair is not invited. Samson's Main helps leave hair feeling smoother and softer even before using heated utensils. It tames frizz. It helps calm flyaways, static, and humidity-induced rebellion. Number 7, detangles. It makes combing and brushing easier while reducing pulling, tugging, unnecessary breakage, and tears. What makes it different? Most leave-ins focus on what happens after the hair leaves the scalp. This is very important. Samson's Main begins at the source. Rosemary underneath to support scalp health and healthy hair growth from the cell matrix. MSM to supply natural sulfur, one of the building blocks associated with strong, healthy hair structure. And DMAE, which we know just makes you grow more hair. And we needed to say about that bar soap a minute ago, the high and tight with the DMAE, use it on your face and your eyelashes will grow. I'm not kidding.
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
And eyebrows, it can help the eyebrows as well.
And no, it won't make women get mustaches and beards unless you were getting one anyway. That's a whole other thing about menopause that we'll get to. It's for all hair types, fine, thick, curly, straight, hair that's thriving, hair that's hanging on by a thread, because the brush should be finding hair, not collecting it.
It's so great. And so it is a 7-in-1 spray. Does all different kinds of stuff, but clean the kitchen sink, right? We have 4 hair products today. So that's the first one. Okay. By the way, you see my hair, you don't see crunchy. You don't see any of that. That's in my hair. And so you see it, my hair is moving. It's bouncy. All right. My hair drank up this next product this morning. So it is a Samson's Main Thicken and Grow hair mask with kukui and botana oils. So look at that. I absolutely love this hair mask. And so, but Eve, I did feel like it just drank it up this morning, drank it up.
That means your shafts were dehydrated because you don't have very coarse hair. Yeah.
Yeah. I have natural curly hair that is very coarse. And so just so everybody knows. And so it's just very coarse hair. And so we were talking about how unusual it really is, especially with as fair skinned as I am, to be so to have hair that's so coarse. It's almost like black girl hair. And so it's that coarse. But when it's healthy, it's healthy. And Godly Granny products have changed my hair to the degree that it is just so healthy and, it's shiny and all that. But I have been using exclusively Godly Granny products since before we launched the company in testing products and all that. I test almost every single product, y'all. And so, just so you know, and really, especially the hair products, those kinds of things, we go over and pour over these things. And so, and of course, I'm, going to make sure that these are everything I want it to be. But the Samson's Mane Thicken and Grow hair mask, I have to say, I really, 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 did I say really? Really loved this product. Loved it in the sampling and the testing phase, and love it just as much still. I absolutely highly recommend this product. Okay. Tad and Gray One says, you're killing me with these hair products on my way to fill up my cart. LOL. You get 5% off on the new products. Okay. And if you got curly hair, stay here because it's coming. Today's your day. But okay. So Samson's Mane Thicken and Grow hair mask. Tell us all about it, girl.
I'd love to. Samson's strength may have been in his hair. The rest of us are just trying to keep ours from circling the drain, right? Hair has a funny way of changing over the years. Heat, color, hormones, stress, diet, tight ponytails, weather, and that one perm we all agree never happened. Somewhere along the way, it got a little drier, a little finer, and a whole lot pickier about cooperating. If you've been hoping for thicker, fuller hair, you're not alone. And that's exactly why Samson's Mane was created. At the heart of this mask are two ingredients that have become my personal favorites and favorites among people looking to give their hair every advantage: botana, kukui, and castor oil. They've been joined by a supporting cast of rich botanical oils, luxurious butters, vitamins, and deeply hydrating ingredients chosen to nourish the scalp before the hair and then the hair, strengthen the hair, and create the healthiest environment possible for beautiful, abundant hair growth and thickening. Because growing your hair is only half the battle, keeping it healthy enough to stay is the other half. Botana oil. Oh, I'm going to start using this in all kinds of things. It is famous for helping revive dry, overworked, brittle hair while becoming a favorite of those hoping for thicker, fuller hair with lots of shine and bounce. Castor oil, trusted for generations to nourish both scalp and strands, and remains one of the most popular natural oils used by people trying to grow longer, stronger hair. Argan oil helps smooth rough cuticles, calms frizz, and restores softness so hair feels as good as it looks. Avocado delivers vitamins and nourishing fatty acids that condition brittle hair, plump up the hair shaft, and improve flexibility, reducing the snapping and splitting that keeps hair from reaching its full length potential. Kukui nut oil, heavy vitamin E, penetrates thirsty strands with lightweight moisture, restoring softness without anything on the hair feeling heavy. Marshmallow flower extract gives hair remarkable slip, making tangles easier to comb while reducing the tugging that steals healthy strands one breakage at a time. Hyaluronic acid. Now, most people don't put hyaluronic acid in hair products, just beauty products, and they should. It floods both scalp and hair with lasting moisture and keeps strands supple, flexible, and resilient. Vitamin B5 helps improve strength, body softness, and manageability, leaving hair thicker, not looking thicker, thicker, healthier, and beautifully conditioned. Shea and mango butters wrap every strand in rich moisture and vitamins A through K, smoothing rough cuticles and helping tame frizz. And then 3 different forms of coconut: the fruit water, the fruit juice, and the liquid endosperm replenish moisture and leave hair soft, smooth, and refreshed. No single ingredient deserves all the credit. That's the beauty of a well-built formula. Every ingredient in here was chosen to deeply condition, replenish, strengthen, reduce breakage, and protect your hair from blow drying or ink straightening, anything else that you do. It's fine for color treated hair. It is fine for permed hair. And yes, that beautiful pearly sheen, it's there on purpose. A touch of pearlescence gives Samson's mane its rich, creamy sheen. It doesn't glitter. It doesn't sparkle. It simply gives every scoop a silky elegance that reminds you this isn't just another hair mask. You'll notice softer, silkier hair, deep lasting hydration, less breakage, easier detangling, reduced frizz and flyaways, even in the rain, even in very humid weather, natural shine and beautiful movement. Just massage into clean, damp hair, working from the scalp to the ends. Leave on 5 to 10 minutes and rinse thoroughly. If you have a little extra time, leave it on a little longer. 15, 20, 30 minutes is perfectly fine. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your hair and yourself is to slow down long enough to let the good stuff soak in. Your hair has been with you through every season of life. Give it a reason to stick around for the next one.
All right. So a couple of things this morning, I told you that my hair just drank it up. I put it on and then I called Steve Jarvis and I was on the phone with Steve for an hour. And so my hair's up in a towel in this. So my hair got plenty of time with it. And I highly recommend that if people have a little bit of time.
How you said that the first time you put on the 3-in-1 face wash makeup remover,
yeah,
your skin just drank it in.
Yes.
This is like 3-in-1 for your scalp. And what happens is most masks just do the hair. This one does the scalp. So it goes inside the cell matrix where it's supposed to, where the hair sprouts out. So that's the difference in this mask and everybody else's masks.
Well, and I put a lot of emphasis at the scalp. So I put a good amount. Now I have a lot of hair. And so, but I started at the scalp and then I kept adding more into my hands throughout, but I got a lot of hair. Now, absolutely love it. Now, I waited to ask this question that I saw. I saw a question. I had a viewer that asked a good question. What products? So Phone Gal says, what products do you suggest for hair that's falling out? So we've got
main products and magnesium and wild yam. It's not just hair. You got to remember, you got to fix the gut first.
Yes. I would be interested to know too that people that have problems like that, if they suffer with some depression, because the depression that a lot of people don't realize, a lot of that comes from a gut problem.
Yeah, the ashwagandha would also help.
Yeah, and we have the ashwagandha certified organic tincture, and that she's referring to. So yes. Okay, just so everybody knows, we've sold almost half. We've sold almost half of the tickets to the beauty boot camp. Okay. Producer Ron
you better get on the horn because those will be, once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. All right. So another one, neuropathy is my problem as well. When is that product coming out? Number one. Is that the end of
either August or September? It's either the end of August or the end of September. I just can't remember right this minute.
Yeah. So we're going to have a smaller show is the plan. And that's where the makeup sticks, the completely clean 3-in-1, completely clean makeup sticks are coming out. And those, they're 4 colors and they're completely clean. Did y'all hear me? And so we're just waiting on labels. I think they're actually already made. They're ready.
Can I answer the basic question that was above that?
And then after that, we're doing the end of August, beginning of September show with the neuropathy and some other products. And so that will be a full-blown release. We'll release some things like the castor oil as it's ready. So we'll probably do something else. Okay, what 2 products did they say to use until then? So First Fruits Lemon Balm, yes. And then which magnesium?
Either the Terminator or the Deep Tissue Muscle Relief. Either one could be as good.
Terminator Pain has a lot of magnesium. So if you're going, why would you use Terminator Pain? Because it has a bunch of magnesium in it. But okay. Yeah. Then ZA Mom 2 says your neuropathy product coming out soon. You mentioned it having B6. My neurologist said that B6 is toxic for peripheral neuropathy sufferers, and I can't have B6 in supplements. What about B6 toxicity?
And I think how I can word this, it's not medical advice. Okay, let me tell you what I do if my doctor told me that. First of all, I stop him. Second of all, he's talking about fake vitamin B6, because if you're taking a B6 supplement by mouth, that's what that is. I'm talking about real B6. I've never heard of anybody having an issue with a real God-given vitamin versus a man-made one. Now, I will go look that up, but I'm standing by what I say even before I research that. And I never, ever do that, because I don't ever want to come back and say I'm wrong. Boo on him.
All right. So there's that. Okay. This high and tight soap line gives you a facelift. Deborah West, you're funny.
It will tighten skin, that's for sure. Now, you used to weigh 700 pounds and you went on My Biggest Loser and you lost 600 of those, and you've got a sag down to your knees. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. But if you're realistic with me, and I don't mean just use it once and go, well, I don't look 20 years younger. No, you're not going to, but use it repetitively and use it with the serum and the cream that follows it. And not only can I take you back usually 3 to 5 years, unless you're still smoking, vaping, drinking a lot of alcohol, eating a lot of yeast products, those types of things. Or if you're the pilot flying around, letting all that stuff, contrails out the end of the I can't do much about that. But yes, it will tighten immediately. It's got natural caffeine in it. That's all caffeine knows how to do.
Well, and the DMAE helps your face feel so taut. Anyways, it feels so good. So that's why
with DMAE, and we lose it as we age. And DMAE is the natural enzyme in our bodies that tells skin to stay pulled taut over the frame. Yeah. It's an acetylcholine jumper. So the brain, you're giving the brain what it needs to go, hey, I'm supposed to tighten up over there. We aren't doing at ease today.
Yeah. Okay. The Samson's Mane serum and the spray, we released those at the very, very beginning. They were 2 of the very first products, and they sell like crazy. They have DMA in them and DMAE in them. And I've used both all the time. But the spray, you spray it on your face, and I will tell you, for me personally, I can tell a tangible difference in my eyelashes being longer and thicker within about a week or so. And so just amazing. That's why Eve was saying, make sure you get your eyelashes, your eyebrows, all that, because that DMAE will help all that thicken up. I personally see a difference. And I was telling the girls the other day that work at the Granny Shack, I said, this stuff has to work for other people too, not just, us. I said, because we sell so much of it. And so, but I was telling them my own experience with it and how fast I saw such a tangible difference, a real difference. Pierre's mom 1, when you launch the new colors for makeup, is it possible to offer samples so that we can try them to avoid sending back the wrong color? So here's the thing. Once you open it, you can't send it back. But also, we won't be able to do samples. I just don't know how to do them. I already thought about it. There's just no way, sweetie. And so that's just probably not really going to be feasible. But I can tell you that I just saw somebody else come out with the product. Eve, I don't even think it was clean. But it was $36. And it was,
it was completely not clean.
That's right. Okay. And it was a short stick. Ours is 21 grams. It's a big fat stick. And we will also offer them as a 4-pack. And so, but they're gorgeous, and they are.
The colors will be very visible. You should be able to look at the picture, put your skin up against it, and know.
Yeah, we're going to do the best we can with all that, with the lighting box. But unfortunately, Pierre's mom, I don't think so.
We don't know how to melt it in anything that would be small enough to work like that. It's not that we're against it. It's just not physically feasible.
KM Langer says, what product is your very best for brown spots? Our age spot and hyperpigmentation line.
Yes, there's not just one. You really need several of them. You need to be using the bar soap, once or twice a day. You definitely need the mask. That's very strong. It's also got a toner, a serum, and a cream that, if you use one of them, there may be some fading over time. You use all of it, it's a little quicker. I love to under promise and over deliver. So when we first launched that line, I said, don't call me in 2 weeks and tell me you still got an age spot, because we're working on the inside, not the out spot. Age spots don't show up from the outside in because you got too much sun. It has nothing to do with what you think it has to do with. They start on the inside, and for multiple reasons, not just ultraviolet rays. As a matter of fact, that's probably the least cause of it. And I know what your dermatologist is telling you. And I'm telling you, he's either ill-informed or he's lying, or both. So I would, at the very least, I would do the bar soap, the mask, and the cream at the very least, if you want it to work.
Okay.
In a reasonable amount of time. Otherwise, it's going to take a long time.
The big thing with our line is we're not using bleach.
So we don't, because that kills the skin cell matrix. It doesn't come back. So we use an acid that comes from rice wine, from sake. It's kojic acid. It's natural acid.
Yeah, so it's different. We're not killing those cells. A lot of people are doing that. So that just doesn't even sound healthy.
Let me just tell you why it takes time. Can I do that real quick?
Sure.
When age spots are coming out, if you go to your dermatologist or whoever, you get a black light, he can show you where they're going to be in the future. That's why they don't start on the outside and go in. So you have.
I've had that happen before. I've looked at my skin under a black light.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Turn it off. I'm hearing impaired. I can't tell where sound comes from. It'll stop and I apologize. I thought I turned it off. So when you're getting an age spot, or as they call it, liver spot, a sunspot, it's not a sunspot. It's not even a liver spot. It's an area of damage in your body. So it's very often that even if you fade an age spot, that another one will come back in the exact same place, because you've got a damaged area there. So what the products do is they don't slough off the outer skin so that it will start getting lighter and fade. It doesn't work like that. We have to go inside and start a repair process from the inside out. That's how it works.
Okay. All right. That sounds wonderful. Let's talk about our curly shampoo and conditioner. So, there's Bless Your Heart. Well, these are Bless Your Curls. And so shampoo and conditioner. And so the curly hair, the curly hair shampoo has kelp and white tea. Tell us about it, Eve.
If you've got curls, you already know your hair comes with two personalities. Your scalp wants to breathe. Your curls want to drink. Finding a shampoo that does both has always been difficult until now. Bless Your Curls was built from the scalp down. It's a lightweight cleansing system that works its way through thick curls, coils, and waves to reach the skin beneath, gently lifting away oil, buildup, sweat, and yesterday's styling products without leaving your hair feeling stripped or thirsty. Then the botanicals go to work. Rosemary water has become one of the most talked about ingredients in healthy hair care for good reason. It helps create an environment where hair and the scalp can thrive. Nettle leaf has been treasured for generations for its naturally occurring vitamins and minerals that help support healthier looking hair. Ginseng helps energize, and this is Korean ginseng. We're back to K-beauty again. While kelp delivers an ocean's worth of naturally occurring minerals that nourish both hair and skin, horsetail, naturally rich in silica, has long been valued for supporting stronger looking hair, while rice protein helps improve the appearance of fullness, body, and resilience, because it feeds the collagen and the keratin that your scalp and your skin and your hair is made of. Provitamin B5 to attract and hold moisture throughout the day or night while improving softness and manageability. Vegetable kosher glycerin that keeps hydration where curls need it most. Hemp seed and olive oils to replenish without weighing curls down. That's also major vitamin E, leaving hair feeling nourished instead of coated. Meanwhile, calendula, lavender water, white tea, sage, and St. John's wort help comfort the scalp while surrounding every wash with an antioxidant-rich botanical care. The result is hair that feels clean, a scalp that is refreshed and not stripped, curls that bounce because they're hydrated, right? Not moisturized, not because they're covered in any heavy residue, because every beautiful curl begins long before it even curls. It begins in the scalp. Bless that, and the curls follow.
I love it. Bless that. And the curls
Fix
follow.
the scalp, you fix the curls. It's not the other way around. And
All right,
that's
let me tell you what I
everybody
did. Let me tell you what I did this morning. So I took a shower because I got to make sure my hair's clean. All right. Then I got out and dried off a little bit. I'd put my hair in a towel so it was damp. And then I put the mask on. And then I put my hair back up in the towel and I called Steve Jarvis. And then I took care of that. And that was an hour of that. And then I came back and I got back in the shower. Okay. And I rinsed off the mask. And then I did my curly hair shampoo and conditioner again. I did it the first time and then I did it the second time. And then I got out, put a little bit of my argan stuff in it. And then I put a little bit of my 7-in-1. Now I like this not being in a spray. I like to be able to just kind of put some in my hand and my hands and, I just go and do all that. And so I hope this has helped. And so Cousadoo says, Michelle, is this the stuff that I have tried? No, not yet. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I have to go back and look. Okay. So then, oh yes, not the curly hair. I actually had you try something else. But anyways, so everything is safe for colored hair.
And
when you use God's ingredients, it's safe. And so, Eve, am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
We wouldn't do it if it wasn't.
That's right. So, because if it's not safe for colored hair, what does that mean? Why would it not be safe for colored hair? This is what we were talking about earlier in the show about God's ingredients. And if you missed that part of the show today, please go back and learn about the difference between hydration and moisturization and God's ingredients and all of that we covered, because we covered a lot of stuff that nobody's teaching you, and we're trying to teach you and help you understand that there's not a hard and fast rule with a lot of things when you're using God's ingredients. And so because it all works, it's God's ingredients. And so it can work like with the skincare mixing and matching. That's why it works. And so, anyways, so then I put the 7-in-1 in, and then I dried my hair. Now, for those of you that are mamas that have straight hair, but you have kids that have curly hair, I have learned this the hard way. So I want to share this. I was thinking about this this morning. So, because if you have straight hair, you may not understand a lot of the curly hair stuff. A hair dryer with a diffuser really does help. Okay. And then about, I don't know, a couple of years ago when I had my photos done professionally with Jessica, that she's doing the photos for the boot camp that I was talking about earlier. Okay. That hair and makeup lady that was there for that photo shoot taught me, I wish I would have known this a long time ago, but she taught me about a 1/2-inch barrel on a curling iron that's tiny. It's about the same diameter of a big fat pencil, not the regular pencils, but when you're in kids, you have the big fat pencil. And so you look at that thing and you go, what in the world? Do you see how much hair I got? But what you do is you take, because you'll always have stuff, at least me and most curly hair, coarse hair, will have some frizzy kind of patches. And no matter how much you put it in a mask and you do all this stuff, you're still going to have a little bit of that, especially if you've used a hair dryer, even with a diffuser. So what I'll do is I'll find some of those patches, those little bitty patches, because you don't want them too big. And then I'll take that curling iron and I'll do that spiral. My hair already has the spiral, but you can tell I took a curling iron to this front piece here. See? And then I'll take it here, and then I'll take this little patch here and this little patch here, and I will curl those, just a personal thing. I just like it that way. But you'll see where I'll do that just to help define curl a little bit. And so that is a 1/2 inch. So those are some tips on curly hair that I wish somebody would have taught me a long, long time ago. Okay. Now, God bless those curls. So let's talk about, but I know people are going to ask, what did I use? So I just want to give everybody kind of that rundown. So I did not put my Noni Plus dry oil on today. I almost always do. I put it on the other day, and man, did it pick up my hair like crazy. But I will in the morning. Day 2. Yeah. I get out of bed tomorrow to go get a facial, because I'm going to see Jocelina at the facial salon thing. And I'll put about 3 drops or so on my hands. A little goes a long way. But even with my big hair, a little bit goes a long way. And I'll go like this. And see, and I'll go like that right around the front, and then I'll finish it up at the back. But that oil just, oh, it just picks up the hair and refreshes it so nice. By the way, that's awesome. It's head to toe. Everything about Noni Plus Dry Oil is muy bien. Okay, so let's talk about the Bless Your Curls conditioner.
Absolutely. Your curls have waited their whole life for this. Curly hair asks for two things, moisture and moisture. Bless Your Curls conditioner was created for the hair that laughs at ordinary conditioners, the hair that seems to drink every drop you give it and still wonders if you brought the rest of the pitcher. This rich botanical formula surrounds every curl with lightweight hydration while helping improve softness, manageability, and shine without leaving behind the heavy coating that can make curls look tired and heavy instead of alive and springy. Avocado oil leads the way with its natural fats, delivering protein, nourishing moisture that's practically famous for loving dry, thirsty curls. Provitamin B5 to attract and hold moisture throughout the day and night, while improved softness and flexibility, and kosher vegetable glycerin to help keep hydration right where the curls need it. Hemp seed and olive oil's vitamin E to replenish hair without weighing it down at all, while the hydrolyzed rice protein helps improve the appearance, strength, fullness, and resilience. Then come the infused botanicals: rosemary water, nettle, ginseng, horsetail, kelp, sage, calendula, lavender water, white tea, and St. John's wort have earned generations of respect for helping support healthier looking hair and a comfortable, well-loved scalp. Together, they create an environment where curls are the healthiest they've ever been from root to tip, and they have bragging rights to do so. A touch of grapefruit extract, vitamin C, which makes this conditioner different, helps leave hair feeling very refreshed while adding another layer of vitamin C antioxidant-rich botanical goodness. And the result is hair that slips through your fingers instead of fighting your comb. Less tugging, less frustration, more good hair days that make strangers ask what you use, because curls should never be tamed. They just need to be understood.
Yeah, that's so good. Okay, so Cooper 2000 says, thanks for the curl information. I have some curls that just are just ringlets like crazy, but other parts of my hair don't do that. I will try the curl iron trick. Okay, so and for those of you that don't know, so you got like a perm and everything's the same, but a curly hair has its own, it's like an unruly child. It's going to do whatever it wants to do. And so I promise you, it was a game changer. So those little, and it's little bitty, and I've been doing something new with the curling iron too, where I'll do it, and I need to just do a video and show you. So, because it's hard to explain, but there's different kinds of ways, but you can do too big of a chunk. So that's why I said, make sure you're doing smaller little bitty chunks. Okay. And so I hope that helps. Let's see. Want True 333 says, I have straight hair. Will the curly shampoo make my hair curly?
I wish. I'd love to have curly hair. No, it won't do that. I mean, I'm not a miracle worker. I just play one on TV, right? I wish it would work.
All right, please. So it does all the things we were just talking about with the shampoo and conditioner for those that have curl already. And of course, mine's crazy curl. Please say that I can look like you, Michelle. Your hair is amazing. So beautiful, honey. So, oh my. So, Want True 333.
I know exactly where you're going. You're upset in a nice way. She always hated her hair growing up. Every person with curly hair that I knew growing up, my cousin, hated it. They wanted straight hair. I hate straight hair. I want my hair to be curly.
Mm-hmm.
We all live what we live with.
But my hair was the source of so many tears because, first of all, people didn't know how to cut it. Nobody knew how to cut it. My mother had straight as a stick hair, straight like yours. And so my mother didn't know how to style it. Nobody could help me in my life. I could never find any help. And it was the source of so much pain, embarrassment. I mean, deep pain. And so, and embarrassment. And I have the worst school pictures, period. And so, but I got made fun of because of my hair, even by family members. And so, just terrible thing. Even in high school, after my mother went missing, I had an abusive aunt I had to live with, and she would make fun of my hair. And I was, 16, 17, 18 years old. So it's so wild, because now I can go through, I'd be anywhere and people come up to me and tell me how great my hair is. But that and my voice, because it turned out I needed surgery, which I had in my early 20s, but people would also make fun of my voice. And so I sounded nasally. And so it's ironic that those two things, I have moms, I have so many of you that write me and talk to me about your hair or your daughter's hair because you got straight hair. So that's why I think, those moms were on my heart this morning. And, it's just interesting that those were the two ways that, I was attacked early in my life, that the enemy, came after those two things. And it's my voice and my hair that, a lot of people always want to bring up or talk about, and one way or the other. And so it's just incredible to me. It's just like, just see how God uses things. And I go through, like, this was delayed because I go through phases. Y'all have probably noticed I'll have my hair curly for a month or whatever, I don't even know how long. And so and Eve kept saying, what about the curl products? And I would say, well, I'm straight hair, right now. So, and I'm sure she's like, oh, geez,
Well, I didn't understand that curly people didn't shampoo their hair every day. I shampoo my hair every day. So she's like, it's straight. I'm like, it's been straight. And it didn't occur to me that she didn't have to wash it as often as I have to wash mine. So she had to wait till the next natural wash. I'd be like, it's been straight all week. I mean, you've been straightening it every day. She's like, I don't wash it every day. I'm like, how do you not wash your hair every day? She's like, how do you wash your hair every day? I have to.
Yeah. And so, well, I actually curl it because, straighten it because I don't have to wash it every day is how it used to be. Now, here's the thing. All my life, I washed my hair every day, did my hair full blown every day, curly. Okay. Then I started doing it straight. Takes a little bit more time, but to style it, but then I wouldn't have to wash it for a few days. Since using Godly Granny products exclusively on my hair is just healthier. It doesn't have to be washed every day. I take that couple of drops of that Noni Plus drop because I've got bounce. It's just, can you see the shine and the bounce? That's the Godly Granny products. And so it's changed my schedule. And then I just go through phases where I'm in a straight hair phase and so I needed to be in a curly phase. And I kept saying, okay, I'll do that this weekend. And then I wouldn't do it that weekend. And then Monday'd come and I'd have straight hair. And so anyways, Miss Georgia girl.
So I gave up. I was like, okay, she's not going to use this for a while. And I completely forgot about it. And I'm driving down the road and I get a call. And she's like, girl, what was in that stuff? And I'm like, what stuff? I only see 1,000 things a week. And she's like, that stuff. And I'm like, is your hair curly today? She's like, yes, I got to have that. I got to have that. I had to tell you.
There's a product coming. There's a product coming that she's talking about. And so anyways, okay. But can I just say, I just absolutely love this. We have a great mask, a hair mask already. But I got to tell you, this one, I didn't think the hair mask we have could be topped. This one, my hair loves the Samson's Mane one. It's Thicken and Grow. I'm going to have Jocelyn using this one too because she loves our Thicken and Grow shampoos and conditioners. And so because her hair's kind of thin. And so I was thinking this morning, I don't need to thicken my hair, but there's something in this stuff that's just making my hair just go, I love you. And so I'm excited about it. Miss Georgia girl says, I permed my hair for countless years because I wanted curls and it was super straight. Finally went natural and have not looked back. Your hair is gorgeous, Michelle. God does not make mistakes. That's right. And that is exactly, I don't know if you heard me tell that story before, but I was sitting in a parking lot in Brentwood, Tennessee. I guess it was about 10 years ago. And one day, I don't remember what I was thinking. I was in the car. I was by myself. And I just remember God said, when you say that you wish you were taller or that you wish you had straight hair or that you hate your curly hair, you're saying that you're insinuating I made a mistake and I don't make mistakes. Well, first he says you're saying that you know better than me and that I made a mistake. I don't make mistakes. That's what I heard in my spirit. And I immediately felt very repentant. Again, I'm 53, so I was in my 40s when I heard this word, and I'd spent over 4 decades, wishing I was taller, or I wishing whatever, wasn't so fair complected, because, I always joke and say Crayola made a crayon just for me. It's called Butt White. And so anyways, but now I'm getting older, and I actually think my fair complexion helps me look younger. And so when I have a tan or whatever, I've noticed I think I look a little bit older, so I don't get in the sun anymore. I don't have a lot of age spots and things. I quit getting in the sun in my early 40s. I've been out of the sun for about 10 years from a sun tanning perspective. Now I get in the sun, and I really actually tan a little bit now, what little bit I get in the sun, but I get in the sun because it's intentional time, and it's to get the vitamin D and get it on now being out in the sun, just so you know, I know we're covering a lot of things and we still have tinctures, but just so you know, you want to make sure that your skin is exposed to the sun. It's not just, I'm outside in a turtleneck and some jeans. No, that won't work. You want the sun hitting the skin. Okay. All right. So my kids will sit outside in the backyard without their shirts on and stuff, and, just sit in the chairs around the backyard. So that way they're getting the sun. And so, okay. So Eve, let's see. Carol says over on YouTube, Michelle, some of our greatest pain, God turns into something beautiful. Your hair is lovely and beautiful. Thank you so much, Carol. Yeah, I just think it's interesting. I did talk radio, and, God, I think, the enemy comes and of course wants to thwart. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So he wants to thwart the calling on your life. And that's just, I'm no different than anyone else. He tried to do the same here. Okay, so don't forget tinctures and the mullein oil. Don't forget, these are in childproof bottles. So if you have a hard time opening them, that's what it is. It's very easy to open, though. I just opened this for the very first time. I have not opened this before. Okay, so let's go on. Yes. Okay, so there's 5 tinctures we're releasing today. I added one at the very end. And so, and it's the last one we're covering.
Part of the show, y'all, get your pads and pens. There will be a pop quiz in a bit.
That's right. Okay, so y'all have loved the tinctures like I ain't never seen. I'm so proud. Can I just say, I think I've said this once before, and I just want to say it again. I was thinking this morning. I am so proud of the Michelle family, and I'm going to tell you why. Y'all could care less about health, but because there's a lot of people that don't care that there's crap in their shampoo or there's crap in their conditioner. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It absolutely, I'm like, how do you, well, I don't care. I'm going to eat those Oreos anyways, just like, holy moly. Do you know they don't even put the words ice cream on the front of the ice cream containers because it's not even ice cream. And people are like, don't tell me I'm still eating it. And it's like, I just can't. Oh, and by the way, Eve, the microwave is out of my house. I had this gorgeous microwave gone.
You sent me the announcement. It's your family. It was hilarious.
I sent a family text, and you know what? Nobody has complained ever. In fact, I found out from a couple of them that in the house that nobody had been using it anyways. So there you go. The microwave is gone. If y'all get rid of your microwave, be sure to take a video or a photo and tell me about it. I want to know. But we got rid of the microwave. And I just said, look, if you want a microwave, then just live somewhere else. And so otherwise, I don't want to hear any complaining. And you need to educate yourself on why it is that the microwave is so horrible to the degree that your mother would take it out of the house and get rid of it, And so anyways, so I finally did it. I gave everybody a notice a couple of months ago that I kept saying the microwave's going to be gone soon. And then one day was the day, and, and I praise God. So anyways, that we know better so we can do better. And that's what I'm so proud. The bee pollen, y'all are writing about the bee pollen and telling me how great it is and how it's giving you energy and quickly. Some of you are telling me within just a couple of days, you're noticing a difference. The honeys, all of that. I just want to say, I'm just so proud that you all are doing, that's the thing. It's, we need to feel better so that we can, you're here for a plan and a purpose, and you've got to be investing in your health proactively, or you'll always be reactive, and it'll be chasing, whatever stuff is at Walgreens, I guess. I don't know. And to be concerned about your wellness just makes me so happy, and blesses me to see that you all are doing better and feeling better and with thicker hair. Okay. So Eve.
Okay.
All right, let's start with
I love tinctures. I love tinctures. I love tinctures. As a matter of fact, I took the picture a couple of weeks ago sitting here. I said, this is just what's beside my bed. It's like 200. It's a box of 100 tinctures. And that's just beside my bed. That is not the kitchen. That is not the living room. That is not the pantry. That is not my wellness cabinet. Because my husband and I make no secret, major preppers. And in the event that the lights go out, 10 days of darkness, 3 days of darkness, whatever, we are prepared.
We got 9 grandkids. So. All right.
That mullet ear oil, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you, that's a big deal today. And that the flea and tick spray.
Yeah.
Now I launched those before tinctures, and tinctures is my favorite thing. So that I'll tell you how important that is. Okay. First one, organic clove, full strength, certified organic, the one bud resume. First of all, clove. When everybody makes clove, they pull off a piece of it. We use the entire bud. That gives you every terpene that's in clove, which means it does everything. Now, I'm going to tell you, because I knew time was going to be tight today. We introduced a lot. The last time we introduced tinctures, it was 6 pages each, because that's how long it takes to do diligence to tell you what each tincture does. Today, it was 6 pages each. And I was like, I cannot do that. I've got to cut something, because one thing I worried about was they heard me say skin every time. They heard me say digestion every time. They heard me say brain every time. They heard me say stress and sleep every time. But that just means that each one of these tinctures does something for that part of the body, but they do it differently. So I cut it down to 2 pages each for time, but it does not mean these are any less. Wait till you hear what we picked today.
And the full blown is on the website, and we will be updating the tinctures handout. So remember, we have the free resource for the tinctures. So that resource is going to get these new tinctures added to it. And so that way you can download it. Yeah.
All right. Love clove. It's a one bud resume. Most people know clove is that little spice sitting in the cabinet next to the cinnamon. What they don't know is that herbalists have been having a much bigger conversation about clove for hundreds of years, going all the way back to the ancient spice trade, when this tiny flower bud was valuable enough to cross oceans for. Did you know that this used to be coinage? Cloves used to be money in the old world. That's how big of a deal it is. Here's the thing to understand up front. Almost everything clove does traces back to 3 pathways: antioxidant protection, healthy circulation, and healthy inflammatory balance, which is pain relief. Keep those 3 in mind, because every use I'm about to walk you through is really just the same engine showing up in every different part of the body. Let's start with the mouth. Michelle thinks it's funny. I call that the front door, and I call the butt the back door. So let's start with the mouth. Clove's most famous use. Long before modern dentistry, people reached for clove to support oral comfort, toothache pain, gum wellness, bad breath. It remains one of the most recognized botanicals in oral care anywhere in the world. And remember, this is just the spice next to your cinnamon. Next up, full stomach gut health digestion. Here's something most people never think about. Your gut is home to trillions of microorganisms that influence digestion, heart rate, immunity, mood, sleep, stress, hormones, circulation, your overall wellness. That whole ecosystem depends on balance. Clove has long been respected for maintaining your entire digestive environment, supporting microbial and yeast balance, and a good gut reset. Yeast balance, very important. and think about the last time you ate a big, heavy meal and felt that sluggish weight afterward. My husband calls that fat and happy. That's exactly the moment clove has traditionally been reached for, to ease the heaviness, the bloating, the gas, the heartburn, the nausea, all of that. Now let's move through the whole body, same engine, different rooms. Think about the heart. It works constantly. It never gets a day off, not once in your whole life. Clove supports cardiovascular heart wellness through complete antioxidant protection, healthy circulation, and healthy blood flow, including the warming support so many people reach for when their hands and feet are cold, usually older people. The brain runs on that same healthy circulation and antioxidant protection pathway. You know that afternoon fog when focus slips away? That's the pathway clove supports, mental clarity and focus. Then there's inflammation in the joints and arthritis. Think about the first thing in the morning, stiffness or the soreness the day that you've overdone something. Clove supports comfort, mobility, range of motion, and recovery through the same inflammatory balance pathway. Now let's talk about the liver. It quietly processes everything that enters your body every single day. Cloves' antioxidant ability supports liver bile and wellness and overall metabolic function and balance, including healthy blood sugar numbers already within a normal range. Big deal for blood sugar. And there's more layered on top. Lung, respiratory wellness, sinuses with that warming aromatic quality traditional systems leaned on during seasonal challenges, and beauty from within, where the skin, hair, nails, and healthy aging all flow from that same gut balance, circulation, and antioxidant protection. Now a word on energy. Because it's a different kind than you might expect, this is not a stimulant type of energy. There's no crash, no jitters. Clove supports foundational wellness energy, the kind that comes from a healthy circulation, digestion, and resilience all working better together. That's the sustainable kind that lasts. I want you to think of this as bee pollen in a tincture. If that's all you take away from this, this is bee pollen in a tincture. And when it comes to energy. And that brings us to aging. Here's what makes clove special. Few herbs on earth combine culinary use, deep medicinal and mitochondrial history, and genuine antioxidant strength the way clove does. That rare combination is why it has earned its place in longevity and healthy aging routines for centuries. Not bad for a spice sitting next to cinnamon. Now let me tell you about the way it's made in the bottle itself, because that matters. This isn't just any container. It's micron violet glass. It's only made in Holland, a deep violet glass that blocks all light, that breaks botanicals down over time. That's how we protect the potency, integrity, and frequency of the herb inside, and why this tincture holds a shelf life of 7 to 10 years. Stored closed, somewhere cool and dark. Other tinctures can't say that unless they're Golly Granny tinctures. You're not buying something you have to rush to use. You're buying something built to last in your wellness cabinet. So here's Granny's final word on clove. Tooth pain, energy, heart wellness, gut balance, mitochondrial balance, inflammation, pain, healthy aging, brain support, energy, beauty, hair, nails. That is a mighty long resume for one tiny flower bud. So before we wrap, you'll see contraindications and how much to take and how to take on the site. Just know if you're pregnant or nursing, I have to say this to protect us. Check with your provider. Yeah, be cautious of your own blood thinners and before surgery, and take it exactly the way we tell you to. This
Details are on the bottle.
Game changer. This game changer.
Okay, so Black Diamond is saying, are the tinctures food grade? Are they able to be ingested? That is the way you take them, sweetie.
As a matter of fact, nobody, I am yet to see anybody but us make a non-diluted tincture. This is not diluted one drop. That's why you don't have to use that much of it.
All right. The next one is Kathy. We're going to go back to the shampoo and conditioner. So can curly shampoo help with wavy hair?
Absolutely. And thick hair, even if it's not curly, it just won't make I can use it. It just won't make my hair curly. And my scalp will be so happy. The problem with curl pattern keeps your scalp from getting the nutrition that it needs from anything else, even if you were using something good. This is designed to go straight to the scalp first, which is why it works so well.
Yeah, I liked it. And I would say, I want to go back to this because I said this, but the Thicken and Grow hair mask. Remember, we were talking about the scalp. You know, I started at the scalp. This is nutrition. And so you want to make sure that you're getting it at the scalp. I got to the scalp first and then then filled my hair up, did the ends, my hands up, and then did it again and went back to the tube another time and then made sure I got everything in between, just making sure that it was getting plenty of this, especially with it being the first time I'd used it in about a month or so since I tested it and ran out of the tester finally. Okay, so that was the clove bud. And Eve explained why it's not just clove, it's clove bud because we use the whole part of the clove.
We're the only people that I've ever heard of that use the whole part of the plant.
Yeah. Okay, full strength organic echinacea.
Echinacea, folks. Echinacea, because fall's right around the corner. The root families trust. If elderberry is the grandmother of seasonal wellness, echinacea is the workhorse. For generations, echinacea root has been one of the most respected immune support herbs from North America. And here's the thing that tells you something. It didn't get there through marketing. It earned its reputation through generations of use. When immunity and immunity support comes up, this is the one of the herbs people think of first, and for good reason. Here's the through line to keep in mind. Almost everything, I'm sorry, this thing's went on with my brother. Sorry, here's the through line to keep in mind. Almost everything echinacea does traces back to one central idea, supporting a healthy, resilient immune system. And then a few supporting pathways branch off from there: antioxidant protection, inflammatory balance, and healthy recovery. Keep in mind, because every use I walk through is the same story showing up in a different part of the body. Okay, if anybody in your house has ever been sick, ever, or you think that might happen again, this is the one you want to reach for. Let's start with the immune system. That's echinacea's, it's the golden child of immunity. This is about readiness and resilience. Echinacea has traditionally been used to support the body's ability to respond to everyday immune challenges that come at us in every way, and to do it before you need it. Now, as powerful as this is, if you're coming down with something, it's more powerful as a preventive. And most people don't think to use it that way. Bless you. Think about where you spend your time: waiting rooms, picking up school children, crowded events, changing weather, holiday gatherings where everyone around you suddenly starts sounding a little suspicious. Travel, those are exactly the seasons echinacea has traditionally been used. Weather transitions, school season, cold weather months. It's the herb families keep in the cabinet before the sniffles start going around. Just like you use the oregano and the mullein after it comes around. Respiratory wellness travels right alongside that. Respiratory wellness and immune wellness go together. That's one reason echinacea shows up so consistently in traditional support routines. Airway and upper and lower respiratory wellness, especially through cold flu season, this is vital. Now, here's one thing most people don't know: the lymphatic system in echinacea. Think of it as one of the body's major housekeeping systems. If your lymph isn't draining, nothing is draining. And unlike your blood, which has the heart pumping it, the lymphatic system depends on movement and healthy body function to keep things flowing. Echinacea is associated with supporting healthy lymphatic activity and that behind the scenes immune communication, the drainage and fluid movement that keep everything running clean. So this is a big deal for your lymphatic system. Then there's the deeper support layer. Echinacea provides antioxidant compounds that help protect your cells from oxidative stress. That's aging. That's the shortening of your telomeres, the shortening of your lifespan. the everyday wear and tear of environmental exposure. And it supports healthy inflammatory balance, which so often works hand in hand with healthy immune function. Those two travel together, and echinacea supports both sides of the relationship. So you know how I've always told you that you heal at night between 10 and 2, regardless of where you live? Because that's when your brain is going in and filing things, and your telomeres, your dendrites are being shaved down. You can take this any time of day. But if you take this at night, this can make your telomeres stay longer than they normally would instead of being shaved. Echinacea can truly, I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it can lengthen not only the quality of your life, but the length of your life, especially if you take it at night. Very big deal. Then there's the deeper support layer. And the same trio shows up at the surface, your skin, healthy immune function, healthy inflammatory balance. If you're one of those people that's always getting little sores and little picks on your skin, you don't know where it's coming from, echinacea, because that's usually coming from your lymphatic drainage not happening. The combination is exactly what healthy skin depends on. Historically, echinacea earned a reputation among herbalists for supporting tissue wellness and recovery too. This is great before and after surgery. I almost said during, but I don't think they're going to take that thing out of your mouth. I'm going to have to give you a few drops, but you want them to. The connection between the gut immune axis. So where you use clove for the gut, this brings the gut immune axis in line. A significant portion of your immune activity is actually connected to your digestive tract. So supporting the gut is supporting immunity. Echinacea works through both pathways at once, digestive resilience and immune communication, supporting a healthy microbiome environment along the way. This makes your brain tell your gut that you just used the clove for to let immunity build naturally, especially at night. So how to use it? The drops are on there, even for little ones, 6 to 11 years. You can take it straight. You can take it in water, tea, juice. All of these can be done that way. You know that the violet glass protects it for 7 to 10 years. Now, the final word on echinacea root: immune support, seasonal support, respiratory wellness, lymphatic drainage, skin sore support, recovery support before and after surgery and illness, family preparedness. This is a mighty impressive resume for one root. Some herbs become popular. Echinacea became trusted, not because somebody told folks to reach for it, because after experience, they always do. Now, one thing before we wrap, please don't use this if you are allergic to ragweed or daisies.
Okay. All right. The next tincture that we're releasing today is the organic elderberry. We saw this coming. This is amazing. It's the full strength again. We don't do anything to lessen the tincture. So this is full strength on every single tincture, and every single tincture is certified organic with THDA or FDA. So THDA, that's the realtor in me. Okay. So Eve, take it away.
Sure. The Steady Purple Ally. Who hadn't heard of elderberry syrup, right? This is just it in a tincture. Yeah. Elderberry is one of the most beloved immune support botanicals in the world. I love to do elderberry and echinacea at the same time. And you can do multiple tinctures at one time. Just don't do more than like 3 at one sitting. Sorry, let me get back to that. These deep purple berries are rich in naturally occurring anthocyanins, flavonoids, and compounds that support the body through all seasons of stress. It's the herb people reach for when they get sick, when the kids bring home every sniffle known to mankind and the whole house starts coughing. Here's the through line. Almost everything elderberry does come back to one engine: a rich antioxidant profile led by anthocyanins. Now, it does a lot of what echinacea does. It does it completely differently. It does it with its own profile. This is about resilience. It's the mindset that matters. Seasonal wellness isn't just what happens after you feel run down. It's about supporting the body before, during, and after heavy exposure stretches. You know how it goes. One child sniffles, then a spouse clears their throat, then somebody at church hugs everyone with just allergies, and suddenly the whole household's on bed rest. Elderberries for that house before it's needed. That flows right into lung wellness. When the air gets unpredictable, cold, dry, full of chemtrails, the throat and chest season, elderberry's immune support profile makes it a natural fit. And here's why people love it. It is not a harsh blast to the system. It feels supportive, like keeping something wise on the shelf before you need it. Now the engine underneath it all. Dark berries have always carried a kind of old world seriousness. Those anthocyanins, the deep purple compounds, help protect the body from oxidative stress that comes with living, environmental exposure, environmental toxins, stress, poor sleep, and aging. And the same protection branches into inflammatory balance, because when the immune system is under demand, the inflammatory system joins the conversation. Immune health affects inflammation. Inflammation affects comfort. Comfort affects energy. Elderberry supports that whole picture instead of playing one note. Now let's follow the antioxidant support throughout the body. The heart and blood vessels are constantly exposed to oxidative stress. Elderberry brings antioxidant support to that fight, not as a dramatic herb, but as a steady purple ally. And circulation travels right with it. When blood flow is supported, the whole body benefits. Energy, warmth, skin, recovery, menopause, vitality. That's metabolic support too. Antioxidant compounds helping the body process and handle daily demands, not stimulant energy, complete foundational support. And the gut, which matters more than people realize, because a large portion of immunity resides there in the digestive tract. Elderberry's polyphenols nourish that environment, which is why it fits so beautifully where immune health, gut health, and antioxidant support meet. Now, some of you are going to ask me, do I need echinacea or do I need elderberry? Yes. And yes, they go hand in hand like a serum and a cream. That's how that works. Now, you know about the bottle, that it lasts for 7 to 10 years. You know, it's a childproof cap. You know exactly how many drops to take because of what's on there. Final word: immunity support, seasonal wellness, respiratory comfort, antioxidant protection, health and circulation, beauty from within, family preparedness. Don't use elderberry during pregnancy or nursing unless your provider, blah, blah, blah. If you have MS, rheumatoid arthritis, or autoimmune condition, or Crohn's, try a little before you try a lot. It will not hurt you. It's food. I have to
All
tell
right.
you.
All right.
Now,
The
I
next
want to say, again, a lot of these sound the same, but if you were reading what I was reading, you'd realize they touch different, they touch the same parts of your body. Each one does it differently. But clove is mainly for digestion, okay? And echinacea is for before you get sick, after you get sick, before and after surgery, those types of things. Energy. Elderberry is year-round protection from getting sick, in addition to all of those other things. Next up.
Next one
And
is
of all-
licorice root.
Yes, and of the 5 we're launching today, this is my favorite. Let me tell you why. Not that the others aren't important. Not that I don't have all the others, because I have all of these. But wait till you find out what licorice does. Licorice is the burnout tincture. The burnout tincture that I can't do this anymore. I've had enough. Life is hard. I'm not sleeping. I'm tired of everybody and everything. I'm stressed. Work is this. Kids are that. Grandkids are this. Spouse is that. My Georgia Power bill went up, and they're spraying stuff in our skies. And I'll never have curly hair like Michelle Moore. This is the burnout tincture. Okay. Most people think licorice root is candy. It is not. This plant has spent thousands of years earning the most respected reputation in all of traditional herbal medicine for these very things I'm about to tell you. Now, licorice doesn't come in charging through the front door and kicking over furniture. It walks in and immediately everybody sits up and takes note. Here's what you hold on to. Licorice works in 2 ways. It soothes the irritated tissue throughout your body, which includes your nerve shafts, okay? And it supports the system that carries you through stress. Many herbs stimulate. Licorice protects. Many herbs push. Licorice cushions. Keep in mind, because everything I'm about to walk you through is how those 2 gifts keep showing up somewhere new. So let's start where it's needed most, life burnout. Licorice root has one of the longest histories of people needing it who have been feel depleted by life. Not tired because they skipped lunch, tired because they've been carrying too much for too long, worn down, running on fumes, emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted, unable to get a good night's sleep. And if you do get a good night's sleep, you still wake up tired, unable to fully recover from anything. Traditional herbalists reach for licorice to support adrenal wellness. This is adrenal, and help the body hold its resilience through all demands. And here's the key difference. Unlike a stimulant that forces energy out of you, licorice preserves the body's own energy reserves. So I want you to think of this as niacin, the supercharger. This is what it gives back to your body, the ability to deal. It gives the body enough energy to help you weather every kind of storm, not just physical. Licorice has remarkable affinity for mucosal tissue. So think about who lives by their voice. Teachers, pastors, singers, salespeople, podcasters, public speakers, for dry throat, vocal strain, the fatigue of speaking, singing, thinking all day. Licorice coats and comforts. And that soothing gift is why it's legendary also for digestion, but in a different way. For thousands of years, licorice is treasured to soothe the mucosal lining of the entire digestive tract from your lips to your butt. The whole thing is mucosal. And this is just like Downy. It just goes in and coats the whole thing. It's amazing. The stomach lining, the intestines, the gut barrier, when digestion feels irritated, inflamed, angry, when you can't go number 2, this is the herb that cushions rather than pushes, so your body can pick up where it left off. There's a microbiome layer too. Licorice is not a probiotic. It is a prebiotic, and a lot of people don't know about those. It helps create the conditions where beneficial gut bacteria thrive. And since the bulk of your health begins in the gut, digestion, immunity, mood, inflammation, even skin and hair, that quiet support goes a long way. Licorice has one of the longest histories in medicine for respiratory support because it coats the entire lung tissue. It coats the heart. It coats the liver. It coats the kidneys. It coats the spleen. It coats everything the way you want it to be coated. And parasites hate it. The soothing extends to the airways. Licorice has one of the longest histories for respiratory support. And I'll just talk about the brain. Here's the truth worth saying out loud. Many people don't have a thinking problem. They have an exhaustion problem, a stress problem, a recovery problem. Licorice supports clearer thinking by supporting the energy, the stress adaptation, and the nervous system balance underneath it all. When those improve, clearer thinking can follow. Hormones, this is for hormones, because stress and hormones are deeply interconnected, which is why licorice shows up so often in traditional wellness routines, especially for women, but not singularly for women. The liver, which traditional herbalists love to pair licorice with for its protective, balancing nature, and skin, because healthy skin starts long before any product ever touches your face. Beauty from within, reflecting the eternal balance licorice supports on every mucosal level. So how to use it, we tell you on the bottle. You know that because of the glass, that the herb is protected for 7 to 10 years. Final word, adrenal, stress, burnout, throat and voice, gut lining, heart, lung, microbiome, respiratory wellness, immune support, hormonal support, skin. That's an extraordinary resume.
I don't know a single woman that wouldn't need this personally.
No, and depending on what's going on in my life, if somebody said if you could only have one, what would you have? I would almost always pick oregano, because oregano, if you're sick, will cut the time of your sickness. However, I'm in a time of life now where I am about to be 64, and I have 9 grandkids, and I own a business, and burnout is never more than one phone call away. So the same thing that bee pollen did for me for energy, this does for I've lived to fight another day, and I didn't kill anybody today. This is
Now
really good for that.
Now the bee
now
pollen, you've said you won't even get out of bed without taking your bee pollen, that it's on your nightstand.
I have two of your jars on there. Here's what's so funny. I don't remember. Cindy Crawford or somebody, a big model, said, I don't get out of bed for $10,000 a day. I don't get out of bed without bee pollen. I just don't even do it. And I had somebody right after I started using it said, how many cups of coffee you had today? And I literally said, did you not see my area code? I don't drink coffee. I'm a tea drinker. I'm from Georgia. This is bee pollen. This is bee pollen's fault. Anyway,
Oh, my word. Okay.
With licorice, be careful. Make sure your potassium levels are good. We'll teach you how to do that. It's not a big deal. It can slightly raise your blood pressure. I've never seen it do that, but I have to tell you that it could. That's about it. If you're on blood thinners, be careful. Otherwise, you're all good. So,
All right.
if you don't have bail money for your spouse, make sure they take some of this every day.
All right. So Renetta C is the 7th review winner. So if you have joined us later, then at the very beginning, we announced that if you leave reviews during the live show, then every 10th reviewer that goes to godlygranny.com and leaves reviews about their experiences with the products that they've already used and how it helped them. So that way it helps us help other people. That enters you into win, and we're doing it by every 10th reviewer. So Renetta C was our 7th winner. Producer Ron says we're only 3 reviews away from another winner. He said that a couple of minutes ago. All right, so we're going to get through the last tincture, the one that I added at the last minute, and then we've got we've got some great questions, a couple of great questions that we will get to. Okay. So the next one is milk thistle, and well-known one. And so this is a certified organic, full strength, just like all the others, in the same kind of container, all consistent. Okay, so, and by the way, I don't know if you know this, Eve, I think I told you, but we had, what did we release? 7 tinctures last time?
8.
6 or 7? 8, that's right. And more people than not purchased all 8. So I suspect
really they last so long for a preparedness cabinet.
Now, what I think is going on, and of course, when they're new, it's 5% off. But here's the thing, too. I think people are building a wellness cabinet cabinet. Yeah. And so, anyways, and instead of filling it up with Tylenol and Walgreens crap, they're learning and realizing, hey, this is something that is an investment in your health. And so anyways, and so this puts us at 13 now. So just wanted to let you know. Phone Gal asks, would licorice root help lower cortisol by addressing the adrenals?
Yes. And if you paired it with the ashwagandha tincture together as a twofer, you'd be a different person in about 30 days.
That's amazing.
And it would happen before that, but I want you to, in 6 days, 7 days, go, oh, she said it'd be 30 days. It's already here.
Yeah. Eve, the thing about it too, that I love about it is, I'm big on the creams because of your absorption rate versus a pill or a what it's never going to, well, this isn't a pill or a powder.
Sublingual.
So, yes. So let's walk through how someone takes this. You don't just swallow it. At least I don't. When I take a tincture,
you're not getting all the goodie out of it, so to speak.
The best way to take a tincture to maximize its effectiveness is to first put it under the tongue. Now, look, tinctures don't always taste great. So here's my tip though. I just make sure it doesn't touch the top of my tongue, where you've got taste buds. And so if I put it under the tongue and let it sit there, I don't really taste it. I can tell something's under my tongue, but I'm not tasting it. And I let it sit 15 to 30 seconds. And so, and then swallow it. Okay. And then once I swallow it, I usually swallow it down with some water after that. You have anything you want to add to that?
It'll still work even if you just, if you just put it in the back of your throat and you don't put it in water or whatever, it'll still work. You won't get every benefit you would get if you let it sit there for a little bit sublingually. Yeah. So, to get your brain quicker that way. Now, if you don't like the taste, I don't mind them because I've been doing them forever.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
But, if you go, oh, I don't like that taste. Come on, don't be a baby. Let's live a little longer and just swallow. So sometimes you just got to swallow.
Yeah.
And if you
you get used to it.
I do. I don't even know
I
this
did.
now. There's one
Yeah.
that we ain't gotten to yet that I can't, but it's so good for you. It can restart a heart. I ain't joking. We'll talk about that off screen before I tell them more about it. But I call it the adjustment. Anyway, you can put this in a drink and it'll still work. Just swish it around like oil pulling, but don't spit.
Okay. 8th review winner, by the way, is Joanne S. as in Sam.
80 reviews this show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
That's amazing. All right. So I'm trying to take care of some housekeeping stuff here. Well, I say housekeeping, just think it's a conversation. M. May 7 says, please help. What can be used for my aging beloved mother who has had hives for the past month all over her body?
Well, I don't know how old she is. I don't know what vaccine she's had in her life, and I'm not just talking about COVID, and I don't know the medicine she's on, and I can't give medical advice. All that said, if she was my mother, I would.
Or if it was you.
Yes, if she was me, I would deworm her. First and foremost, I would get wormwood, and I would start slow, depending on her body weight, with a binder. And I would definitely get her on some type, I would probably do the stress relief magnesium on the bottoms of her feet and her navel, and wild yam. Those 3 things.
Wild yam.
I guarantee you, regardless of what it is, it's parasite driven.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The wellness cabinet needs to include nicotine tincture.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't know how Granny feels about that. We'll have to talk later. This ain't gonna be your own show ever.
Yeah, I know. I do the nicotine gum every night until my throat starts burning. I was just talking about nicotine this morning with Steve. I know what about nicotine, and so yeah, I'll make a note. And I did see, I think it was Deborah who said, "What about cherry almond?" And I wrote it down. But Eve, we talked about, is it tobacco cherry tobacco?
No, we have a cherry tobacco, but we've talked about a cherry almond almost since the beginning, and it's beautiful and everything. It would be really gorgeous, like in a goat milk soap and a goat milk lotion.
Yeah, I'll say we add it to the goat milk. So we'll talk about that. I promise we're on it, honey. And then I want to also do some more vanilla patchouli. Okay. So we're going to talk about what we can add vanilla patchouli to. And then that was my notes. And a nicotine tincture. So we will talk about that because I think that's extremely.
Also talking about like SCAT and soursop and selenium and everything's coming. Mm-hmm. Gotta give us a minute.
When it comes to health and wellness, that's
it's a process. We can't just go back and throw some stuff in a jar and call it a day. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and you have to vet it so carefully. And so we're talking about third-party tested castor oil, hexane free. I have a million questions that go into that. Remember what I was telling everybody about when we were looking at doing the whipped tallow, and that the tallow is a whole thing. And so you got to make sure that you know about the cows and if they've had any shots, like where'd the cows come from, and all. It is so much, and we're committed to excellence. So you got people that'll throw something together, but then you got us that we're committed to excellence. So the tinctures, I think, are a great example of, as well as I think all the products we have. And I'm not just saying that because I'm involved in it. I'm saying it because look at what we've been unpacking for you today. There's excellence. It's excellence in the packaging, and all of it is well thought out. And so, it started out as a 1 product, then a 3 product, then a 5, and now it's a 7-in-1, And so it's just very important to us that we deliver excellence and at the best value possible. It's not cheap. And we talk about this sometimes, even I do. It ain't cheap and I think this is intentional, by the way, to get the ingredients that we use. First of all, it's hard to find organic ingredients that are truly as good as we can possibly find and source. So that's already limited. But then those people that have the truly excellent products, they know it's excellent. They know it's hard to source. And guess what? They charge you for it. So that makes it where it's just not cheap to make an excellent product. And so there's a lot that goes into it. What do you recommend for bags under eyes? Designer 777 is asking.
It's parasite and liver. So you need the wormwood tincture. You need wormwood tincture, clove tincture. You need a binder for the wormwood. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you need the coffee butter. Those 4 things.
All right.
Yes. That's it.
Butter bomb. The coffee butter bomb. Okay, Kathy, Karen is asking, so yes, nicotine patches would be awesome. Not nicotine patches, we were talking about a nicotine tincture, sweetie.
Sublingual nicotine would be even better.
So that's why we're saying the tincture, sweetie. So we're going to look into that, okay? And we'll definitely be following up on that. That's high on the list.
It's not OTC. I don't think it is.
Yeah, we just, we always got to make sure. Okay, so
one more tincture.
Milk thistle. Yeah, milk thistle. Almost smell.
I know. I just told y'all that of these today, what my favorite is.
You can't pick.
Yeah, because they just do such different. And I know it sounds similar when you're hearing it all thrown at you, but they're different. So yeah, I love how you said housekeeping. How many of you ladies and men, whoever, would love to have a housekeeper come in every day and just clean behind whatever mess you made? That is this tincture. This is your live-in housekeeper. So it's the maintenance supervisor. Detox, detox, detox. If herbs had job titles, milk thistle would be the maintenance supervisor. Not flashy, not loud, not trendy, just constantly cleaning up after bad decisions, working behind the scenes because the liver never takes a day off, and milk thistle has spent centuries showing up. It's arguably the most recognized liver support herb in the world, and the reputation wasn't built on trends. Here's the line to hold on to. Milk thistle's whole story runs through one organ, the liver. The one family of active compounds known together as silymarin, which is what's in it, which helps support healthy liver function and protects the liver cells from all kinds of oxidative stress. Keep in mind, because almost everything I walk through is really the ripple effect of a well-supported liver reaching the rest of the body. Now, the lymphatic drainage a while ago, you need that to break down all of the stuff, the plaque, the biofilm, all of that. But the liver has to be clean to push it out. So these all work very well together. Let's start with the liver itself. The gut and liver are in constant communication. Herbalists now call it the gut-liver axis. What affects digestion affects the liver, and what affects the liver affects digestion. When digestion gets sluggish or overloaded, the liver feels the burden, and when the liver is struggling, the body is as well. Milk thistle supports all sides of that partnership. Healthy cells support healthy organs support healthy people. And herbalists think liver, milk thistle is the very first plant that comes to mind. Gallbladder. This is your gallbladder answer. The gallbladder is small but has an enormous job. When bile gets sluggish, you feel it after meals. The type of bloating where you burp up that bad taste in your mouth. Slow, especially after fatty or heavier foods. Milk tissue is valued for keeping bile moving no matter what you eat. It doesn't give you right to go and eat something terrible. And that's the key to comfortable fat digestion. Bitterness, bile, and digestion all work together. Milk thistle keeps all of that flowing. And this is the herb's big idea by supporting the body's own processing and waste elimination. The liver handles the dirtiest job of your body. Everything that enters you, food, medication, hormones, environmental toxins, compounds, everyday metabolic waste, makeup, you name it. It never clocks out. And supporting that work doesn't mean forcing your body to do something unnatural. It means helping it do what it was already designed to do. That's exactly why milk thistle sits at the center of so many routines. It supports the organ doing the majority of your body's work. Here's the connection people miss: hormones, especially in men. Most folks think hormones begin and end with glands. They do not. The liver plays the major role in processing and clearing hormones after they've done their job. When those pathways are sluggish, hormones stick around longer than they should. So by supporting the liver, milk thistle supports hormone processing too, which is why it shows up in routines based on hormonal balance, especially for men, but also for women in perimenopause and postmenopause, and clearer skin. This is your acne tincture right here. Now let's follow that support throughout the body. Inflammation and antioxidants first, because they're the foundation. Milk thistle silymarin compounds help support healthy inflammatory balance while protecting tissue from oxidative stress, and inflammation touches nearly everything from joints to skin to energy. When oxidative stress goes down, the whole body and brain runs more efficiently. Metabolism, because the liver sits right in the center of it, supporting liver function supports how you process food and carbohydrates, and it goes hand in hand with healthy blood sugar regulation. The brain, because a cleaner internal environment often means clearer thinking. Immunity, because a healthy liver contributes to a healthier immune response. And energy, the real kind that comes from the body efficiently handling its daily load. And here's where it all becomes visible: your skin. Traditional herbalists always saw the skin as a mirror of internal balance. They weren't wrong. Congested skin, hormonal skin, acne that will not go away. Milk thistle supports clearer, healthier looking skin from the inside out. This is beauty from within thinking. Healthy skin begins long before any product touches the surface. That same internal wellness supports hair, nails, and graceful aging healthy. If you can't poop, I know a lot of older women can't poop. And this is going to do that for you. So instead of using a suppository, or please don't go drinking a whole bunch of fiber. You're going to find out that I'm right about this. Fiber is stopping you up more than it's helping you.
Yeah.
Please understand that. This will
I
make you
don't know
go
why
back.
people think that works.
Why would you think clogging you up would clean you out? I mean, just
Yeah. It doesn't.
don't Metamucil, milk thistle. Milk thistle don't cost as much. It lasts a lot longer, and it helps all the other organs of the body too. If you can't poop, milk thistle.
Okay, I want to go back to something. So those with teenagers with acne, milk thistle.
Yes.
Okay. So I know we've got some viewers that worry about their teenage daughters with their acne. They're using the clarifying acne line. And then also this would be another one that to look into to see.
Just out of fairness, a lot of teenage acne is also hormonal from stress. So ashwagandha could be helpful. And it is very much parasite driven, especially by dermadex mites, and wormwood could be very helpful.
And then I wonder how much of it is also hormonal, so that they need the wild yam.
Yeah, even teenage girls, anybody that has bled one time, menses, wild yam is not just for old women. It's not just for us old cronies. I promise you, it's going to help with mood swings, crying jacks, stomach cramps, pain, bloating, headache, all of that. Those teenage girls that are difficult to be around 1 week out of the month, that'll fix it.
Okay. Very important question. Miss Georgia Gal, or girl, I'm sorry. I got the wormwood tincture. I don't think I've read this yet. I got the wormwood tincture to do a parasite cleanse in the coming weeks. Should I use clove first or instead of the wormwood? So kind of preparing your body for the wormwood. She's asking, should I first do clove?
What you need to do to prepare is the milk thistle. Well, it depends. Are you regular? And here's what I mean by regular. You don't need to know my business. I go about once every 5 days. Always been that way. Drives me crazy. No matter what I do. But I didn't have this. I now have this. This is my first milk thistle tincture. Of all the 200 I have, I didn't have that one. She specifically asked for it. But the cool thing is when you're supposed to, whenever you eat, however many times you think you're supposed to eat, and this is no joke, you're supposed to poop after every meal, not a snack, after every meal, from the tip of your middle finger to your elbow. I don't do that in a month. So
and
if you're
not supposed to be snacking either, by the way.
If you're not moving stuff out, which is really the lymphatic and the liver, if you're not moving stuff out, you're just moving those parasites around. So to prepare, I would definitely do the milk thistle for a month first, and I would not do the wormwood without going through the full moon schedule. I'm not a witch. I'm not a weirdo. I'm not nervous. I'm not either. Okay. I didn't know they knew that. So you want to go
Well,
with the moon cycle, and you want to
yeah.
do it at night. Don't do it in the daytime because they sleep in. They hide.
All right. So it's the moon phase calendar that Steve Jarvis talks about on Mondays, y'all. She does not even know Steve Jarvis. She does not know.
Never even heard him.
Yeah, she does not know. And she's telling you the same thing. I'm bringing you some of the best experts who really genuine believers doing it God's way, just like me saying we've been so brainwashed to think. I was brainwashed to think that if you want to lose weight, you're supposed to eat constantly to keep the metabolism going.
Right.
So you're supposed to eat 3 meals and three snacks in between and all this, and it's complete lies. And as a believer,
Fast.
and as a believer, let's think about this. The Bible doesn't talk about Jesus eating all the time. What you hear is about fasting. So it was like, oh my word, this makes more sense than anything else. How did I believe this craziness? And so the Bible really does tell us what we need to be doing. So my husband, who's always been somebody who skipped breakfast and pretty much lunch, skipped that too most days. And he's always been so thin. And so because we pretty much always ate 1 meal a day because we always worked so much when I was selling on-site real estate, I didn't have time to stop and eat. And so we were always super thin. And I used to think, oh, I'm just so, I'm just doing this wrong. And come to find out, we were doing everything right by not doing what everybody was telling us. All right. So Pammy Keller is asking a question over on YouTube. She says, I've had a rash under my breasts for years and have used many prescriptions and it always came back. I started using the bee propolis healing cream with turmeric and it is healing and almost gone. Pammy, please leave that on the bee propolis.
And if you want to prevent it from coming back, get the anti-chafing.
That's what I thought she was going to say. That helped her?
And you also you really need a bout of wormwood, girl, because even a heat rash is inspired by parasites.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So I just want to remind everybody also, thank you, Pammy, for sharing. That's amazing. This is why we do what we do, just stuff like this. Please leave a review. So if you go to the Bee Propolis product page on the website and you just scroll down past all the information, all that, you'll see the stars where you get, it'll say leave a review. It's super easy, super quick. This helps people. There are a lot of people that will not buy anything without a review and reading the reviews. I did not know that. I'm not a big review reader, but I have become a review reader because of this. And that's why, producer Ron really helped me to see that because he's that way. He reads reviews and I'm like, what are you reading these reviews for? So anyways, and then I start Godly Granny and I'm like, oh, okay, I see now. But I mean, like, he would always get his phone out and start reading reviews to me. I'm like, oh, and so anyways, it's just so funny. But I realized reviews are a thing. And with this, where it helps people to understand, okay, this really could help me if they have a similar situation. So Pammy, goodness gracious, praise God, girl. That is such a great, that's a great story of a healing. That's just so good. That's just so great. Okay. So we have covered a lot. It's over 3 hours. I'd always said we would never even do a 2-hour show. And now we're at 3 hours and a little bit more. So we had a lot to cover. We had a lot of time. I can only imagine what the beauty boot camp is going to be
like. Very important. They're the same question at the bottom. Can we just do that real quick? Because people are going to be scared.
Let me scroll down.
How many tinctures can you take a day?
Okay, wait a minute. Let's see. So would milk thistle be the best tincture for cystic acne?
Yeah, from today's release, yes.
Okay.
Wood.
What'd you say?
And they need to get rid of the parasites.
Yeah, wormwood. So you would do milk thistle first for a month and then the wormwood, but do the wormwood with the binder. Now we're coming out with one. Actually, we're coming out with two. They're going to come out at the same time. And that's bentonite clay and activated charcoal. Top of the line on both. I am working with the people to work with on this. And so the labels are being designed and on Thursday of this coming week, and then they have to be printed. And so it's very far into that process. There'll be a few weeks. As soon as they're ready and in hand, we will release them. We will not wait for a big Godly Granny release. They will be immediate. And an email will go out. So let's talk about that. Are you on the email list? Are you getting the updates from, and by the way, we have booked some amazing guests coming. Y'all know who Dr. Reese is? He's got the curly hair. He's going to be on the show. We have booked some big guests, and Jack and Margie are back. I mean, we just keep having some fantastic guests that are coming. And so you want to make sure you don't miss what's going on. So make sure that you join the email list, and you can do that by going to godlygranny.com and join the list. Okay. And you get a discount code for when you join. WL Wood says, will there be more dryer ball aromas coming for diffusers? We're coming out with tea tree next time. It's within the month. So we're coming out with tea tree. Next one is, I don't know how to say Mamaris. I may be completely ruining that name. That is what I was to ask. How many tinctures per day?
Okay, read the sides of them. Here's like echinacea, elderberry. Those can be, those are generally can go with everything. Milk thistle can generally go with everything. But they'll tell you on the side what time of day, if it matters, and whether to take it on an empty stomach or with food, if it matters. If it doesn't say, it doesn't matter. The ones to be careful of are anything that's harsh, like the wormwood. If you're doing wormwood, I would not do more than 2 others during the day, and I wouldn't do anything with wormwood that's a tincture, because that's done at night, and it's serious. It's not a play toy. But like, let's just say you want to do elderberry and echinacea and milk thistle and clove. You can certainly do all 4 of those one day. Just don't pair more than 2 together at one time. Do 2, wait a few hours, do 2. I would never of any kind do more than 4 to 5 tinctures a day. I don't care what it was. Your body doesn't need that. You can overload it. Too much good is still too much. And you want to mix and match. Your body gets used to things. So do what you feel good about, what you feel like where your areas of weakness are. Pick those and round robin them. It's except for the wormwood. The wormwood's got to be a very dedicated schedule.
Thanks.
And to be honest, the milk thistle should be a very dedicated schedule.
All right. Black Diamond is asking, how is MSM listed in the hairspray? I didn't see it in the lion's mane.
Lion's mane has nothing to do with MSM. I don't understand the question. Those are 2 different ingredients entirely.
Yeah, I don't really. So how is MSM listed in the hairspray? I didn't see it in the lion's mane. I'm not sure. I don't know. You're going to have to be a little more specific.
It's almost always paired with DMAE. I don't know what
you say.
It's almost always paired with DMAE, just like magnesium is with vitamin D3. So I don't know what she's asking.
MSM is, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's watch while we're waiting to see. So, by the way, we had another winner. Wow. So we've got our 9th winner of the $25 gift card.
Used today almost.
Yeah, not over 90. Jamie R, as in Roberto. I'm just in a silly mood, I guess. Producer Ron says he has sent everybody is that right? Producer Ron, everybody. So all 9 winners already have the emails. He says, yes. So all 9 of you already have your emails. Okay. So she says, sorry, just the hairspray that you used. So she's talking about the 7-in-1 spray, and she's saying, how is MSM listed in the hairspray?
I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know how to answer that without looking at it.
Yeah. I'm not sure which.
DMAE, so.
Yeah. I'm not sure why there's confusion about it. She said, yeah,
Lion's mane has nothing to do with MSM. Did she mean Samson's mane?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. So she's saying, okay, how is MSM listed in the hairspray? I didn't see it in the Samson's mane. Which Samson's mane, sweetie? She's saying the 7-in-1 hairspray. Are you saying it's not in the ingredient deck on the website? Didn't see MSM on the label. Oh, we just released it, and so I'm not sure. Is it showing on the label?
I'm not sure it would show if it's part of the way that the international nomenclature is done. It may not be listed separately outside of the DMAE, but it is a blend. I can show that.
Yeah, we'll look at that.
It's just not in front of me to see.
Will you double check that and then let me know? Okay, so we'll double check it, Black Diamond. and see, we have to do it for the, she's saying ingredients list. So you're saying you didn't see it listed specifically as MSM?
Let me tell you just real quick. It used to be where, we'll use this as an example because I can't get that. That in the past, if it was a MSM DMAE blend, which most things we do is, and a lot of times we'll do like a DMAE and hibiscus blend. But anyway, now they want the nomenclature to say DMAE, and then the long word that DMAE is, though it sounds like a chemical, it's not, it's in our bodies. And I used to put out beside that MSM, or out beside it vitamin C, or out beside it whatever, so you know why we're putting it in there. And now, for some countries that I have to supply to, I'm not allowed to do that anymore. So, but I will double check and make sure that the label reads exactly as it's supposed to. Please forgive me if it's wrong. If it's wrong, it's my fault, because I've spent weeks at the hospital with my brother and I'm behind on everything. So,
well, that reminds me. We do have viewers asking, how is your brother doing?
Well, we're on week 5 at the hospital, which is not local to me. This is the first week that I've been home. I've got to go back. He's not eating, so I got to go back Sunday. So please pray for appetite, and for depression. He's come so far. So far, I shared a picture of his leg with Michelle. She's like, please don't do that again. I mean, it looks like you drive a truck through his leg. It's just been one thing after another, but God has definitely shown up at every intersection and corrected the next problem. But what my mother taught me a long time ago, when my parents were in a terrible car accident, God showed my mother that there's a bank in heaven. And when we have the Holy Spirit, that the bank counter's within us. And as a believer, God writes a check every day. Our need, it's already signed. All we have to do is fill in the need.
Yeah.
And that's the truest thing my parents ever told me, and they never lied to me. So right now, my brother needs his heart to be healed, and he needs to eat, and he needs to not be depressed. They can't close his leg yet. He's got a wound vac on. Thank you for asking. He's out of ICU. He's in a regular room, and in the next week or so, he may get to go to a rehab to build up his strength. A lot we don't know yet. We're just all a little tired, so I need to go get a tincture before I go to bed here. But I thank you all for your prayers. I did hear about that. It means a lot to me, because it's just he and I, our parents are gone. And y'all mean a lot to me. You mean a lot to me. You just don't know. Like tonight, my husband's not with me. And because you did 90 reviews, we did those products. I want to know what you had to say. Sorry, I'm emotional. I want to know. I want to read them. I want to read. I read them. I don't just throw the stuff at Michelle and expect you guys. I want to know, because that's how we improve. That's how we improve. So whatever needs you have in your family today, ask for today's healing. It's in today, because he wants to be needed every day. Yesterday's healing was past, and he is tomorrow, but he's not in our tomorrow yet, because we don't need to be in our tomorrow yet. So if you have a need, go to the bank of heaven. The check is there. It's already been signed with his blood, and just write out the need for the day and cash it. It's good.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Eve. All right,
y'all.
sweetie. All right. Thank you. Okay. It's been a long show. I had Andrea's with Reliable Beauty Reviews latest video. Yeah, she is killing it with these videos and reviews. I highly recommend you follow her on her social media platforms. Maybe Monday we'll play that. It's gotten long. Black Diamond says, I want to order the hairspray and elderberry. The elderberry smells good. I was opening up the tinctures and smelling them again, and it smells so berry-ish. So it smells good. I hope that y'all enjoyed today's show. I hope you learned some things, and because that's always important. And I'll have the tinctures PDF updated, probably not tonight, but by tomorrow. Eve, definitely keep her in your prayers, and her brother. She's tired. And so she has, you know how it is when you're away from home for a week at a time. She's been staying in hotels, and it's just been a lot. And trying to, you know, I always say, don't stay. I learned this with Carson when his accident happened when he was 10. Don't ever let a loved one stay by themselves, which I didn't anyways. But I saw the importance of why we were to be there anyways, because we had nurses that would claim that he had medications he didn't get, and there was it's crazy. And this is at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, where this is supposed to be such excellent, you know, care. All right. So Pierce Bomb 1, I see your question asking about Flash. So look, here's the thing. So Flash has an ongoing something another that's been going on where he's got like this thing under his arm. And so in his armpit area. So we're going to start a whole regimen for the next 3 nights. And Steve is helping us. Now, Steve can like perform surgery on farm animals and stuff. Steve, I've told y'all, he's very smart. He's very intelligent. You can tell. And so anyways, so what we're going to do is see if we can heal Flash with this ordeal that's going on under like its armpit. It's gotten a little bit bigger. I've been keeping an eye on it. And so now we're looking at doing this. And so we're just going to be working through that. And then once we get past it and he's healed, then we'll go over what happened and what we did. But we're going to see. We're going to see about it and see how we can help. We already today, this morning, was talking about a number of things that we really need to be talking about on the show with for people to educate about fur babies and different things that they need to know. If you have not purchased the moon phase calendar off of Steve's website, why? Like this is coming up even with Flash. Like why? This is very important. And so I highly recommend his moon phase calendar. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go to the website, get it. We'll cover it on Monday. I'll make sure I'm going to make a note. Okay? And we're going to make sure that we cover it again on Monday about the Red X days and all that. So we're going to go through the whole thing so that way you know. But even Eve is bringing up the moon phases and she doesn't even know about Steve. All right? So does that kind of give you an idea of how important it is? And so get your moon phase calendar. And from Steve's website, sas-usa.com, and then be ready on Monday. Print it out, and then be ready to discuss it on Monday. All right. I hope y'all have a great weekend. If there's anything I can do, be sure to email us if you have any issues or questions about the tinctures or anything that you're not sure of that we could help you with. But make sure that you read the product descriptions because we put a ton into that. And we want to make sure that you have all the information and understand what each thing does. And so there's a lot that goes into these product descriptions. I hope that you have a great weekend. It's going to be a great week next week. And so we'll be back right here next time on the Michelle Moore Show.
Ever read the ingredients on your everyday products and think, wait, is this shampoo or a science experiment? If your lotion needs a translator, a lab coat, and a warning label, it might be time for a change. Godly Granny products are made with purpose, love, and ingredients you can actually recognize. No mystery chemicals, no toxins, just clean, simple goodness. The way Granny would have wanted. Because your skincare shouldn't require a chemistry degree. From shampoo, lotion, skincare, and all natural health remedies, Godly Granny has everything your family needs. It's no wonder we have over 1,200 5-star reviews from our amazing customers to prove it. Join the families just like yours who've switched to Godly Granny. Visit godlygranny.com and sign up for our emails to receive a special discount code for 10% off your first order, plus exclusive updates and information on newly released products.
Hi, I'm Linda Bamber Olson, the inventor of the Wave Watch, the world's first frequency therapy watch. It features over 1,100 targeted frequencies combined into 150 playlists for ease of use. These sounds are acoustical and they move through your body, through your skin and your bones. You don't necessarily have to hear it. As each frequency goes through, it can be realigning, revitalizing, reconnecting, and even rebalancing your body all the way to the cellular level. So that's why we have so many testimonies for aches, ADD and ADHD, allergies, colds and flu, dental, emotions, headaches, joints, kidney stones, nerves, organs, skin health, swelling, tremors, vagus nerve, and so many more. Use this code for $100 off when you purchase the Wave Watch. Thanks for learning about frequencies, using them, and supporting the Wave Watch.
Universal Coin and Bullion is my partner for gold, silver, rare coins, and precious metal IRAs. For over 30 years, they've helped more than 500,000 customers and completed over $2.6 billion in precious metals transactions. They're offering callers 2 1-ounce American Silver Eagles and a 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagle at actual dealer cost. Call Universal Coin and Bullion today.
For Michelle's social media links, go to michellemooreshow.com.